actually won back in July of 2020 Daytona.
Yeah, to me, this row 4 right here, Jamie, it looks like...
What is up, motherfuckers and party people? How's everybody doing today? Y'all ready for some racing?
Illegal now, by the way. You can't do that anymore.
Let's look at row 5. What about this? You got Kevin Harvick making his 22nd Daytona 500 start.
Y'all ready, motherfuckers?
Ty Gibbs, who's making his first start. Pretty big difference in those two.
A little bit, slightly difference in age. Listen, it's not a race without a grid walk, and it's not a grid walk without Michael Waltrip. So let's go down and say hello to the two-time Daytona 500 champ. Michael, take it away, my friend.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Hello, everybody. I hit grid walk gold here. I walked up. I got 7-time Eric Jones, 3 of the best guys on the grid. First of all, I talked to the King earlier, and I said, every time I come through that tunnel, I still get cold chills. He said he does too. How good does it feel to be in Daytona, Rich?
It always feels good. You know, really, if you look back at my career, Daytona was one that really got me off the ground. So I'm welcome to come back.
What a driver lineup you got here. It's going to be fun to watch Noah, Eric, and Jimmy race your cars.
It's going to be really, really interesting, especially with him. He's never been in one of these cars. Been 2 years since he's been on the track. But the cars, every year, they're a little bit different, so everybody's having to learn this race.
Speaking of which, what's this car feel like? I really want to drive one. This is your first try.
It is much different than I remembered. I've not been in the draft yet, so no practice. This is my practice session. So really, pit road entry, pit road speed, I haven't done that in a long time. In IndyCar, I had a button I would push and it would hold pit road speed for me. So there's a lot different here, but I hope it all comes back pretty quick.
Well, this might be the coolest car on the grid. Guns N' Roses. Tell me your best Guns N' Roses story.
I went to their show in Charlotte 3 years ago. We had a pretty good time. It was a lot of fun. So
The best you recall?
as best as I recall, it was a good time. Yeah, it was a good time.
Are you ready to go racing with your teammates?
What's up, Austin? How you doing today?
But how cool is it to be the King's guy?
That's pretty cool. The last 2 years been really fun. Getting back, winning last year, and hopefully a few more wins this year.
Yeah. Well, have a good night tonight. Thank y'all for your time. Appreciate you very much. We're gonna see if we can find someone else. Ooh, this is always a good interview. I'm having fun on the grid walk today. AJ Allmendinger. You know, I was looking for some entertainment on the grid, and I said, "Where's AJ?" You look good too. You look fresh. You ready?
Man, you look really tan. How much golf have you been playing? You definitely haven't been working, have you?
16 days in a row in January.
Yeah. Did you break par yet?
I didn't break 80 yet, but I'm optimistic. How's your game?
So here's what you got to do, okay? I shoot anywhere from 70 to 74.
Oh, I'm doing just perfectly fine, Austin. I'm getting ready for these duels to start. Kyle Busch is in the second duel.
Oh, we're getting serious? Okay. Well, we got this bright green Nutri-Nag Solution Chevy. She's at the back right now. Not so good qualifying, but we're going to the front.
I got you. When you're looking at the back of this car and you see Guns N' Roses, think of this. Oh, whoa, whoa, sweet child of mine.
Yeah, don't ever do that again.
Wasn't very nice. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Got your Kroger colors? You ready? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to knock you out of the way. How you feeling?
Feel good. We didn't qualify near as good as what we wanted, but you know, it's a dual race. We got a heat race to try and better our start position for Sunday. So I feel really good about it. Our Kroger Continental team's done a really good job of preparing this off season. And
Mikey, no.
Have fun. Appreciate you. Shannon, take it away, darling.
Hello, what's up, Winval? How are you doing?
No singing. These guys are hoping that they're singing the song of victory later today. We got RC, Austin Dillon. We're getting closer and closer to green flag.
If you're watching this Gerber
This
Life
year,
Guaranteed Life Insurance commercial,
I'm gonna
there's
make
a
my
good
best
chance that you're
point.
alive. And if you're not, well,
I'm gonna
it's
make
not of
it
interest to you.
my best
Now, what do you
effort
think
to
of
call you
life insurance?
Andy.
I'm gonna live forever.
Because your name ain't
And
even
you'll have to
Winval
tell other
anymore.
people. Well,
That ain't
for the
even
sake
your
of argument,
username.
let's assume
I just
you
got
are.
so used to
Well,
saying
someday you
that
won't be watching TV
that I
anymore.
just default
Right
say
now,
that
it's
now.
not easy to talk about. So I'll do the talking. If you're 50 plus and alive, you can apply for Gerber Life Guaranteed Life Insurance with guaranteed acceptance, regardless of your
If
health.
BK
And
ad
since
shows
life
up, you
insurance is
rage.
guaranteed, you don't have to get a medical
Whopper,
exam.
Whopper,
In fact, you
Whopper,
don't even have to
Whopper,
fill out a
Junior,
health
double,
questionnaire. For
triple,
a free quote,
Whopper,
just
flame
call
grill taste with the perfect
800-440-7811.
toppers. I rule this
Then when you
day
stop, I mean,
at
if you stop watching TV, your family
BK.
can use the insurance
Have
fund
it
to help
your
cover your final
way.
expenses or
You
anything else.
rule.
For a free quote, call today, 800-440-7811. Your kids already inherited your ears, allergies, and questionable singing voice. Don't make them inherit your final expense.
You got 2 Whoppers today? I love Whoppers.
When your money is good, you feel good. Easy credit building, early payday, fee-free overdrafts. It's banking the way it should be. Chime, the #1.
I have not seen the one that references the memes.
To all the Chevy Silverado owners out there, the adventurers and the doers, to everyone who works hard and plays hard. Whether it's your first Silverado or your 10th. Thank you for making Chevy Silverado the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickups.
His idea of a date is pizza night.
If you ask me, he's not craving pizza. He's craving pizza night with you.
I think you're right. Pizza night is more than just pizza.
What date?
It's our Friday thing.
You raced in a Daytona race?
Go for pizza night. Go for Grubhub.
You mean in like NASCAR E5?
It started with making a better men's shirt. And now we're on a mission to take over your entire closet with basics that last a lifetime. Inspired by our Southern California roots, Built Basics is here to elevate your style in true
in
premium
NASCAR
fashion.
E5.
Make the switch to premium basics today and level up your look. Shop now at BuiltBasics.com.
Is it a sliced ribeye, melty cheese sauce, and fluffy eggs in a warm tortilla kind of day? Or is it a ribeye, melty cheese sauce, and charbroiled Angus beef kind of day? You decide. Bite into the new Philly cheesesteak menu. Download the app and join My Rewards for exclusive offers.
Start with a bang. Invite a bunch of friends, then fill the infield like a rock concert. Mix in some star power and turn them loose.
Blaney got spun by Suarez. So Kyle Busch is in Duel 2 again. It seems like he's always in Duel 2.
This is a race with favorites, long shot streamers, all drivers.
This is the biggest day of any of the year of NASCAR.
This is the most unpredictable race, one of the biggest races in the world.
This is the Daytona 500.
No question, one of the most special places in all of motorsports, Daytona International Speedway. It's the site of the dual races tonight. Drivers are excited to get this thing started.
Yeah, Christopher Bell, no one hotter at the end of the year, won 2 walk-off playoff races to make it to the Final Four Phoenix.
Yeah, Kyle Busch is like always in Duel 2.
You know that he's nervous heading into tonight. Michael McDowell, 2021 Daytona 500 winner. Maybe having a baby on the way, Trevor. So got a little more going on than just the dual race tonight here in Daytona.
Barely made it for qualifying. Hopefully she can hold on till Monday.
Who else we got back there?
Uncle Cracker is going to be a pre-race performer this year. Who the fuck is Uncle Cracker?
They actually have another kid on the way as well. Austin Dillon, former Daytona 500 winner.
What's crazy is that Austin Dillon's been coming to this track since he was that little, and now he's sort of passing it on to
those pictures of Austin Dillon and Ty Dillon in victory lane with Dale Earnhardt are pretty remarkable.
They are, and William Byron, he was one of those fast Hendrick Chevrolets yesterday. I know that he's got to be excited starting up front here, but he's not guaranteed that front row starting spot, Jamie. He's got to race hard here tonight.
Yeah, a good day last night for that guy right there. All right, let's take a look at who we've all got our eyes on tonight. It's time for...
All right, 7:21 will be the green flag.
In rehearsal, I said, let's go to Larry because it's age before beauty, but you were looking so sharp in that suit, Larry. I almost got to say beauty before age. Go ahead and make your pick.
I like to call it experience. You know, this is Alex Bowman's 8th Daytona 500. Here's a McNugget. Never finished in the top 10 in a duel or the 500. Tonight, Shannon, part of that stat changes. Bowman is showman.
I love it. I love it. Who you got?
He went with the front runner there.
Well, I mean, you gotta go where you gotta go. Low hanging fruit, right?
I'm going with that 3-car, Larry Mack, the one that you should be going with. Austin Dillon has won here in the Daytona 500 before. He's got nowhere to go but up. He's starting 17th, so I like starting in the back in the duels if you've got a decent raceable car because you can go for it. You're not.
I don't even know all these. Like, I'm reading, like, Bob Pockers's, like, advancing to the Daytona 500 scenarios for these open cars. But he's, like, not even... he didn't really explain it that well.
It'll come down to pitch strategy, but I think Joey Logano will get it done tonight with maybe a little help from Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to go Bubba Wallace. I think he's
you're taking Blaney.
No, I'm taking Blaney for the 500.
She's going 4 days ahead here.
This is different. I'm going right there. Bubba Wallace. I think he,
I mean, everybody makes it in if they're, like, the top car in the duel.
And I think that this is the night that he goes and gets a duel. I never won a duel race, finish second, however.
I think you have a really good pick there.
You
Bubba
do?
Wallace, well, no, Bubba Wallace is one of the best super speedway drivers in the series right now. Not a lot of wins, only one win at Talladega, but really, really talented.
We need to mark that tape. Are you coming around after how many years of us sitting next to each other?
No, superlative choice, Shannon. Superlative.
The start of the regular season is upon us. Let's
Abu Dhabi's not showing NASCAR.
at Daytona.
That would suck if they don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise as you're able and remove your hats as the Baldwin Middle High School Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer tonight's invocation, please welcome Chaplain Mac Vendome.
Let us pray. Father God, as we are gathered here tonight to celebrate the drivers as they give everything they've got, may we also celebrate one another and cheer one another as we run our race in life. Give us the courage to not only start, but the courage and endurance to finish. And hear the words, well done, thy good and faithful servant. In Jesus' name I pray. Let all of God's children say, amen.
Here to
Amen.
perform our national anthem, please welcome from St. Augustine, Florida, the Tokoi Creek High School Choir. Let's hear
It's
for
at
the
this moment right now that you realize how long the off season really is. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we are going racing at Daytona. We're setting the field for the Daytona 500. The duel kicking off next.
I'm sorry to hear about Max passing. Man, I love that cat more than any of my cats. It's a damn shame.
What the heck was that?
He shouldn't have had to die. I disagree with them for putting him down. What the hell?
Hang on.
So embrace wrong turns. Because you never know.
Brazil beat Japan 1-0 in what sport? Let's go, Kyle Busch. Hell yes. They probably start the race when it gets near this. When they're, yeah.
Bread doesn't go bad after a day. So why would we just give it away when we can still sell it? Because, well, bread doesn't go bad after a day. And while
Soccer.
donating it may be a small act in this world, on this table, it will be big. Panera.
Active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. Now, Skyrizi helps me get going. Along with clearer skin, Skyrizi helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue in just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi to treat your skin and joint symptoms so you can get going. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Are you one of the millions surprised by your wireless rates increasing last
Andy's
year?
cheering for Kyle Larson to win his duel. Kyle Larson is not in the... Wait, no. Oh, no, he's not in the first duel.
They won't raise the rates of your top text.
Yeah, because he started second, so...
Pro owners weren't already giddy enough.
Switch to T-Mobile today and get the powerful iPhone 14 Pro on us.
Join T-Mobile and experience...
Michael Walker's a Padre? I think I saw that.
That's a guarantee.
He was pretty alright for us last year, so it's kind of sad for him to go. Watching our teammate Austin Dillon? Hell yeah.
Stay 2 nights and get 8,000 bonus points. Book now at bestwestern.com.
I need to try it first.
Welcome to the Blue-Green Vacations Duel at Daytona. The annual Thursday tilt.
Bubba, is it on...
For Sunday's Daytona 500 on Fox.
Logano's getting payback for wrecking us? I don't think he's going to do anything.
Three-time duel runner-up Clint Boyer. That's how you're going to introduce me.
Kyle ain't going to do anything.
3 times in a row. Thanks, Mike, but I appreciate that. Old Tony Loke here won her 3 times.
Last night, Chevrolet swept the first 3 qualifying positions. Ford had the next 6. The fastest Toyota was 11th. The rest of them were further back. So, how do the manufacturers stack up for tonight, Clint?
Well,
I personally think Mike Joy is the best broadcaster ever. Ever. Like, not even just for racing. Just like all across the board. Mike Joy is the best.
Going to get in the mix and beat these guys. That's where the action's out on these duels, in my opinion.
Now, within those manufacturer groups, there are drivers with very different agendas.
Yeah, I think 3 different sets, in my opinion, with Kyle Larson and Alex Bowman occupying that front row. They have nothing to gain and everything to lose in these qualifiers. So run just long enough to understand what you need to learn and get out of there. Do everything you
Maybe
can
the
to take
app
care of that race car.
just
then
sucks.
You have Jimmy Johnson and Travis Pastrana haven't been in cars for a while. So they need to learn what they need to learn, but they're locked in as well, so don't tear up that race car. Then you've got the rest of the field that's trying to do everything they can to get the best starting spot for the Daytona 500 as possible. But most of all, for all these drivers, don't tear up my race car.
Which one is it, car owner? Do you want me to go out and win this duel for you and bring those 3 that you went out and, got aggressive, or do you want me to bring this thing back? We shall see.
Let me remind you, I got 3 of these qualifiers. I didn't get the Daytona 500, so I still want the big prize on Sunday.
I love it.
Traditionally, one of these races is a barn burner and the other is a fairly orderly procession. We'll see how it goes. It's been a beautiful day in Daytona Beach today. Clear skies tonight. Things have cooled off considerably. 72 degrees is the ambient temperature with a very light breeze as we go trackside for the command. And now, race fans, here to say the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome Blue Green Vacations Chief Financial Officer and Chief Operating Officer Ray
She's kinda hot.
Lopez, joined by his father Bernie and daughter Lily.
Oh.
Drivers, start your
The duels at Daytona.
Kevin Harvick, as we set the starting lineup for Sunday's 500.
Start with a bang. Invite a bunch of friends, then fill the infield like a rock concert. Mix in some star power and turn them loose. A 500-mile all-around fight, the next our biggest prize. That's the Great American Race. The Daytona 500, Sunday at 2:30 Eastern on Fox. Saturday on Fox. It's a huge UConn basketball doubleheader.
Who do I think wins Duel 1? Alex Bowman from the poll. Oh yeah, I saw Frankie Muniz was practicing today. He got first in practice. That's cool.
This is the truck that helps keep families safe, and the truck that helps you get far from home. This is the truck of the outdoors. Hey, dog. The early adopters and the rising generation. Doggy. This is the one more truck owners are switching to. Dog. This is what it means to be a Ram.
Hey. Now with 2.9% financing for 72 months, get an average $10,207 in finance savings on our most popular models.
For COPD, ask your doctor about Breasttree. Breasttree gives you better breathing, symptom improvement, and helps prevent flare-ups.
Breasttree won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breasttree more than prescribed. Breasttree may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
If you have COPD, ask your doctor about Breasttree.
There's one more chance to catch all the action at the famous 2-mile oval at Auto Club Speedway. We're talking 5 wide, full throttle cars ripping up laps inside some gorgeous mountains type of action. And the access to drivers and stars.
How's Raffy?
Oh, it's got plenty of that.
Where is Raffy? Raffy, where you at? Where's Raffy? I think he's over here. Oh, there you are. There's Raffy. He needs to be more, he needs to appear in videos more.
Some new faces and some familiar ones in new places as we get ready to set the field for the Daytona 500 in 2 150-lap races. The field is split in half. This will decide the inside lane for Sunday's Daytona 500.
Let's check in with old 7-time champion Jimmy Johnson. How about you, 7-time Jimmy Johnson? You got us? It's Boyer up in the booth. Hey, buddy, how are you? Man, I'm great. You're looking good. The numbers are still the same. They're in reverse order. But it sure is good to see you back in a Cup car. What's your feelings?
Yeah, buddy, it's great to be back. What an opportunity here to go back. Have some fun in NASCAR. Bring Carvana over from the IndyCar side and be a part of Legacy Motor Club. Looking forward to a fun night tonight. I've got a lot to learn. It's been a few years since I've been in a car like this. But excited to be here and happy to get to the Super Bowl.
Buddy, this is going to be your 20th Daytona 500. Can't wait to watch you learn. Nobody's done this better than you, so good luck out there.
Appreciate it, pal. Have a good night.
7-time champ Jimmy Johnson. All right, let's take a closer look at the mechanics of things here with our crew chief Larry McReynolds in the Toyota cutaway car.
The race car is the rear spoiler. Now let's go to our Toyota cutaway car and let's take a look at the rear spoiler on the back of the car. The two things it controls is aero drag or straightaway speed and rear downforce. Now, here at Daytona as well as the other super speedways, the rear spoiler is 7 inches tall. In intermediate tracks like Fontana, California next week, only 4 inches tall. That additional 3 inches creates a lot more drag on the straightaway and a lot more rear downforce. The other thing that big 7-inch spoiler does race car pokes a big hole in the air, which creates those big runs in the draft.
Thanks, Larry.
Sam, help me get a working stream. Probably on Twitch.
Used to being in them space shuttles.
All right, let's have a look at the blue-green vacation starting grid for race number 1. The pole sitter for the 500, Alex Bowman, started on the pole in all 6 of his duels with Hendrick. His teammate William Byron won a duel in 2020 there in Chevrolets. Penske Ford's in row 2, the defending Cup Series champ Joey Logano, and his teammate Ryan Blaney, who won his duel in 2018. Second-year driver Harrison Burton for the Wood Brothers finished 3rd in his duel last year, and Bubba Wallace top 7 in all 5 of his duel starts, the fastest Toyota in the field. Chris Buescher won a duel race last year. He's in a Ford. Series runner-up Ross Chastain in a Chevrolet. New contract announced today for Ross. Kevin Harvick in his final Daytona 500. He's a 2-time duel winner. And Ty Gibbs, a Cup Series rookie, last year's Xfinity Series champion, makes his first start. Christopher Bell in a Toyota dual runner-up in 2021, and there is 7-time Jimmy Johnson, who's at least locked into the field on speed. Row 7, Michael McDowell in a Ford, the 2021 Daytona 500 winner, and Eric Jones, who won here in July of 2018 in a Chevy. Zane Smith trying to race his way in one of those open cars. He's the defending Truck Series champ. A.J. Allmendinger makes his first dual start since 2018. Austin Dillon in a Chevrolet won here last August. He won a duel in 2021. Ricky Stenhouse won a race here in July of 2017, both in Chevys. Then there's Cody Ware's Chevrolet, finished a Cup Best 6th here last August. And Ty Dillon in 2016, he had a top 5 finish in his duel. Finally, Chandler Smith, who had difficulty in qualifying, electrical problems, he has one way to make it into the 500. He must finish this race ahead of Jimmy Johnson and Zane Smith. So those 3 drivers here in Duel 1, the same menu for Duel 2. Austin Hill can race his way in, or if Travis Pastrana does, he may get in on time. Connor Daly has only one choice. He did not get to qualify last night. He must race his way in. They're going to test pit road speeds for the drivers.
Why is Norm Benning still racing? I don't even know, man.
Hello, Mike. You know, when it comes to Toyota, they certainly don't have strength in numbers. Just 3 cars in this duel, 4 in duel number 2. Now, last night in qualifying, that really wasn't their main focus. Their fastest car was Bubba Wallace in 11. But when it comes to racing, this is what they came to do. These cars are set up to race. I asked Christopher Bell, though, what's it going to take to focus on this race, learn what you need to, and win? He said, we're going to run with our teammates, but we know we don't have enough strength. We need to find some other buddies to run with if we want to get the job done tonight. Regan?
Well, Jamie Little, there is no pressure like trying to race your way into the first Daytona 500. That is exactly what Zane Smith will attempt to do tonight. The mission for him, very simple. He's got to stay ahead of Chandler Smith and finish in front of him when we get to the end of this duel race. I spoke to him earlier. He said that the nerves are good. He hasn't had enough time to be nervous about this because he's been busy with the Truck Series all day long. The 2022 Truck Series champion has 7 wins, including 1 last year here in the Truck Series at Daytona. Plenty of experience, but he's going to have to deal with some pressure. Josh Sims?
Yeah, speaking of pressure, 20-year-old Chandler Smith is looking to make his Cup Series debut in the Daytona 500. To do that, he's got to race his way in ahead of those 2 other open cars in duel number 1. His week got off to a rough start as his car kept cutting off during qualifying. Well, they fixed the battery, fixed the connectors, hoping that was enough. He's going to start from the back of the field, but Chandler tells me, hey, that just means he can race the way he always loves to race, and that's being aggressive, guys.
Here's how the field is set for the Daytona 500. Last night, the front row was locked in. Hendrick, Chevy
Netflix fucked up again.
And Kyle Larson. Duel number 1 sets the inside lane for the 500. And the highest finishing open driver or driver in a car that does not have a NASCAR charter, there are 36 of those, will earn a starting spot. Then the final 2 positions goes to the open drivers falling back on qualifying speed. So we'll keep you updated on those battles as we go through the night. But every position you advance in this race moves you up 1 row on the Daytona 500 starting grid.
That is so important. This fuel window and how they split this 60-lap race up. That is where all the magic has happened in the last 2 races.
All right.
We expect the manufacturers to pit in groups.
Look at this, y'all. My new camera. It looks very similar to my old one.
Strategy better than the rest, but I like this open and having this many open cars.
Green flag.
The pressure's on them, boys.
Green flag as Alex Bowman elects the
We're racing from Daytona.
All these drivers have seen these lineups. They've looked at their moves, tried to find the best matchup that they pair with. Maybe their teammate, maybe their manufacturer ally. Everybody knows where they want to be. How do they get there?
And there has been no practice at Daytona this week.
These cars are sexy.
In the draft, any of these drivers in turn this year.
Oh, here goes Blaney.
Saw Alex Bowman there going into turn 3, got a push from Ryan Blaney, and Alex said,
Look at this, y'all. It's my new camera.
moved up and gave the inside away.
And it does this cool thing where the screen flips up. So, like,
Blaney from 4th and Bubba Wallace from 6th.
ain't that cool?
Didn't want any of that.
Oh, what the hell, Bowman? You're my pick to win this duel. Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Just drop to the back.
You're going to have a tough time Thursday night with this car, but it'll be right for Sunday.
Yeah, and you see Alex, he's just being smart. It's literally risk versus reward. You're going to hear us talk about this multiple times tonight, but he just literally has nothing to gain by doing that. He'll get in the draft here, he'll figure out what the balance of his car is, but he does not want to get him in a position where he has to go to a backup car.
If I were Alex Bowman, I would literally just go park my car right now. I started the race, that's all that I really needed to do.
Gibbs and Christopher Bell. Against Blaney and Bubba Wallace, William Byron on the bottom.
And there's your ride right there. Those 2 cars back there, Zane Smith and Chandler Smith, door to door for that open position. One of them guys makes it into the Daytona 500, and the other one goes home. No practice, 1 lap of qualifying. All these guys have had.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You do get the 10 points. So, which I think is just dumb.
How far is too far to get in front of this group?
It's a great point, and that's what these guys will be paying attention to. I mean, the spotters will be screaming if that lead driver gets too far out. The hard part is you get out too far and then try to make an adjustment, the whole field will go by you. So you have to catch it really, really early.
Saw Alex Bowman, our pole sitter for the Daytona 500, already backing way off. Going to save that thing for Sunday.
And who can blame him? If you have trouble here and have to go to a backup car, you lose that front row starting spot.
And after tonight, these guys are going to have 2 practice sessions, one tomorrow, one Saturday. They'll have time to get that car driving the way that he wants it to drive. The important part was getting the task done last night of getting on that front row for the 500 on Sunday.
2 by 2, good pushes from both help. You see Chastain and Ty Gibbs on the outside. Gibbs is giving him a heck of a shove. Has his teammate, Eric Jones, right behind him.
Now look at the inside.
Yeah.
Bubba Wallace, 2nd place, got married New Year's Eve. You know who was in his wedding party? Ryan Blaney, the leader, right in front of him.
Well, let me tell you something. He'll help him right now. When it comes to the end, he's out. No more invite. I'm impressed with the way these cars are pushing, though. Able to bust through that bubble, Tony. Everybody knows, that bubble's so important. Some cars can do it, some cars can't.
Final note on Alex Bowman, since we may not see much of him tonight. Remember last night on his qualifying lap where he went way up above the yellow line in turn number 2? He said the car wouldn't hold the bottom. I had no choice. Car didn't want to stay on the bottom, but he was still fastest and won the pole.
We're stacking up on the outside again. A lot of pressure, a lot of movement from Eric Jones into his teammate Gibbs. All over the back bumper, Ross Chastain.
What are you learning about your car right now, Tony?
The biggest thing is trying to learn how good it sucks up to the car in front of you, how good it can push, but then also trying to figure out what do I have to do for keeping my car
from stalling out. I mean, the cars on the outside grabbing with the air, grabbing that car and pulling it back. So trying to figure out how close do you tuck to the cars on the other row on the outside of you if you're on the inside, or vice versa.
Let me take it a little bit further. Now you've come from qualifying again. You heard me say no practice in these cars whatsoever. Is it darty? Is the toe on? Is it off? Is it bouncing like we saw? They can make some adjustments, but this was impound procedures from last night's qualifying. So these cars aren't exactly the way they want them for the Daytona 500 on Sunday. So trying to figure all that out, sort that out, take care of this car in these duels is very tricky.
And just like you're mentioning there, last night when they go to qualifying, they're not thinking, is that steering wheel exactly straight where they want it? They are just really concentrating on being as smooth as they can. So it's all the little things that you would normally notice and figure out in a practice session that these guys are just now getting an opportunity to figure out.
Jamie Little.
And Alex Bowman on the pole for the third time in the Great American Race. He came on the radio and said, man, this car is just too hard on the left rear. Of course, it's qualifying setup, Mike, and you talked about it. It is not comfortable right now, so by design, he dropped back. He wants to save this car because they really believe they have a good setup they'll put on it tomorrow for Sunday.
Kind of knew that was going to happen, but that's a gamble. Say you set that thing up to go for the pole, and by some reason it doesn't make on the pole. Now he's got to race his way in for position on this duel. That's a risky gamble that they took, and it paid off for them. I'll tell you another thing I see out here. You just heard her talk about Jimmy Johnson. You know who's right on Jimmy Johnson's tail? It was his teammate in that Guns N' Roses car. Allies. It's all about your team.
The Monster Energy set interstate battery space scheme is amazing. Interesting. Yeah, I think it looks cool though.
34 with you, half back now.
Kevin Harvick riding 10th. That's Christopher Bell on the outside. Joey Logano right behind. We'll complete 10 laps and step away for a brief break. Ryan Blaney leading Bubba Wallace and William Byron, Ford, Toyota, Chevy in that order.
When I started my new kombucha business, I thought there would be a lot more kombucha and a lot less business. As a new small business owner, I've learned that trying to be the cool boss is a lot harder when you're actually the stressed boss.
I know everything about my new furniture business. Well, everything except the whole business part.
Not anymore. With QuickBooks, you can confidently manage your business. New business, no problem. Yeah, success starts with Intuit QuickBooks.
So a 2-2 tie, there's a high fly ball deep to right. Freezing, just freezing.
Mayor Aspirin.
Miguel Andujar.
This week is your chance to try any Subway footlong menu, like the Subway Series menu. Just buy any footlong in the app and get one free. Free monsters, free bosses, and a footlong for free. This guy loves a great offer, so let's see some hustle.
Gunther looks to continue the longest Intercontinental Championship reign of the 21st century when he puts his title on the line against Matt Cavour. Plus, Ronda Rousey returns to the ring. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
I have dated a lot of guys in the city. It hasn't worked out for me.
She's too pretty to be in a place like this. This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
BK Stackers, bun, burger, cheese, burger, cheese, burger, cheese, burger, cheese, burger, cheese, burger, cheese, bacon, burger, cheese. We can do this all day. And BK, have it your way.
Hey Sharon, do you know Triscuit is crunchy on the outside, yet incredibly wholesome on the inside, just like me.
You forgot salty.
I'm not salty. Triscuit, unapologetically wholesome.
Bath Fitter is a better way to remodel your tub. Precise measure means the perfect fit. The Bath Fitter tub-over-tub process means no mess or stress. A custom-made tub and seamless wall mean a watertight fit. Premium acrylic means it lasts a lifetime. And all this together means a great value. Bath Fitter, it just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Sunday on Fox, it's the Great American race. Pre-race coverage begins on Fox 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Our race coverage at 2:30 Eastern only on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Working lap 12 of 60. In the first duel at Daytona, Ryan Blaney still in command over Bubba Wallace, William Byron, Ford, Toyota, Chevy. And Zane Smith in the 36 right now in the transfer spot. You see the driver names in yellow on our pylon. Those are the drivers trying to race their way in tonight. Regan.
Well, Mike, so many different agendas on the racetrack. Ty Gibbs, one of those drivers that is just out there trying to gain credibility for Sunday. I spoke to crew chief Chris Gale before the race began. He said that is a must for us. Ty is still relatively new to the Cup Series, only 15 starts 1 year ago. He said that we need to build the trust with these guys. Early on in the race, he was up front, tried making a move, got shuffled back. Now he's going to have to reset and try and go from the back to the front again.
All right, here's a little audio from Team 54.
That top's only got 3 now, everything else on the bottom up front. I felt like I was just trying to help the 20 out there. I kind of scared myself, didn't really think of much of it. Yeah, it's all good.
Teammates, Christopher Bell in the 20, Ty Gibbs in the 54. That 54 is really last year's 18 that was driven by Kyle Busch, who's moved on to Richard Childress Racing. That number sits idle this year. Gibbs in this 54.
Maybe a missed opportunity or a missed move on Ty Gibbs' behalf, but I think those Toyotas are extremely fast. They're pushing each other more aggressively than other cars can. That means they pull up to the bumper of the car in front of them. I like what I see out of the drafting in the Toyotas. Didn't see them last night in the speed, but these things showed up for the race.
So why is that the cars that qualify up front at Daytona don't...
Jimmy back in NASCAR makes me smile. I know, right? It just feels right.
It's all in the setup. The setup to make them go fast for 1 lap is way different than making it set up for 60 laps, where handling's going to be a factor. The air is different because you're in traffic. You're going to have side drafting. Might even be stuck in the middle of 3 lanes wide. So you have to have a car that has drivability and balance to it versus all-out speed.
And no changes allowed between qualifying and tonight's duel. They will get a chance to work on these cars through the 2 practice sessions Friday and Saturday, and have everybody handling well for the 500 Sunday. Jamie?
Well, Mike, we've talked about it. These guys, they have not had a practice session yet, so there's different agendas out there. And you look at Bubba Wallace, he's in the 23 in second right now. Listening to his radio, he said he's just playing with it right now. He said this car is better than we've had before, so he's just kind of feeling it out, see what it does up front, running in the trap, seeing what they're capable of come Sunday.
It's interesting.
Am I gonna watch the ARCA race? Nah. When even is it? I don't even know if I'll be working during it.
A Ford, a Toyota, a Chevrolet, 5 Fords behind them. Nobody's really together yet. When it comes time to it, it's lap 16 taking 17 right here. You heard Larry Mack tell us it's going to be somewhere around that 34 to 36 lap where we thinking the fuel.
Yeah, I'll be working during that.
That's when this manufacturer support and the help and the camaraderie between that is going to start showing up.
Yeah, at the start of the race, I mean, there really just wasn't opportunity for guys to be picky on who their partners are going to be. The inside line was stuck with the inside line. The outside line was stuck with the outside group. Just in the back is when there's been some shuffling, but they just haven't had the opportunity to take the time to really search out the partners they're really going to be with. Josh?
Well, you know, I talked to Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 47 before tonight's race, and he said the plan for them, they're going to go out there and race. He wanted to be aggressive, didn't qualify as well as he felt his car was, felt they had speed. He started 14th, got himself into the top 10. He said the key after that, they can't have a slow pit stop. He said they had that last year. It killed them, so they got to execute to perfection tonight.
How about Zane Smith right there? You saw him in the picture, right behind Ricky Stenhouse Jr., running 10th. That 36 car, going strong. That's an open car that has his races way in.
There's the other open car, Chandler Smith in the 13. And there is Zane in teal and white, who won the truck race here last year. Working lap 17, Ryan Blaney still out front as we take you back side by side.
Hey, Bug. I know you don't like voicemails, but I hope you're doing great. I wish I was with you. You are so brave. Just keep getting out there. And I hope you know how lucky I am to be your dad.
Toyota. Let's go places.
People remember ads with a catchy song. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's a little number you'll never forget.
Customize and save.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
It's called the birthplace of speed. Back then, it was the hard-packed sand that allowed for records to be broken. Today, it's the high banks and long straightaways. Not to mention, it's the dream of every driver and fan, offering a moment of glory that will extend well beyond 500 miles for years to come. We're still talking about the first one, and guarantee we'll be talking about this one. Here's to the great American race that can only be the Daytona 500.
Let's take a journey through this great nation. I want to see what they saw. I want to see what changed them. This land of the free.
We're fixing to get filthy, stinking rich, boys.
This home of the brave.
I always wanted to be that person to help somebody out when they needed it.
Big stars.
Grab a glass and join us.
Has anybody else been fired recently?
Big ideas. America is born. Welcome home.
Okay, here we go.
Welcome to Fox Nation. America is streaming.
It's called the birthplace of speed. We're still talking about the first one, and guarantee we'll be talking about this one, the Daytona 500.
As you saw in side-by-side coverage, the last 6 cars lost the lead draft running side by side. Once they got single file, they caught back up again. That's where Austin Dillon in the 3 jumped to the outside and was rewarded for his trouble with a trip to the rear.
Yeah, you would think he got caught back up to the pack and would just be like, I'm okay just hanging out here for a minute. Don't want to risk going to the back again or getting dropped down the back of the pack. But, you know, he's hanging on tough right there. He's actually trying to make a move on the outside almost by himself.
Now, Ty Dillon has lost the lead draft, and it's pit stop time.
Pitting early, short pitting him quite a bit early.
Green flag stops for 9 cars.
All
Led by
Chevy, all
Wildfire.
Chevrolets. That's why the 3 car was trying to make that move around them. He knew they were pitting. First 2 tire stops.
A lot of right side tire changes. Ty Dillon, to catch that group, may not have taken tires.
Allmeyer stalled it coming out of the pits. It's going to be a slow stop for him. Hard to catch up. They need every car they can get. Strength in numbers here.
And that's a great point. I mean, Ty had lost the draft. There was no hope of him getting caught back up. Sacrifice the performance of the tires just to get yourself back in that pack. It's the lesser of the evils.
Boy, I think the fueler thought they had more time, but the equipment stayed in the box, so likely no penalty call there.
Man, got held tough there, for sure.
The speeding police have nabbed Chandler Smith and Ricky Stenhouse, too fast on pit road.
Chandler Smith.
So that will be a pass-through penalty under green.
One of our open cars needed a big night. Not the what he was looking at, but this happened last year, and boy, did that blow up in our face off of turn 4 right at the end.
At least he's not by himself. He's going to have company with Stenhouse, right. So that's the only saving grace to it. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to help him out.
And that speeding call is all electronically timed. There are timing loops in different sections of pit road, and it's time over distance.
Chandler Smith and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. too fast on pit road, yeah.
The penalty gets called.
That's a shame for them.
No,
Chandler Smith probably won't make it in now.
This is interesting. We You just saw the angle of seeing the Fords and everybody coming off of turn 2 trying to catch the Chevys. What they will try to do now is gain as much time. If they could catch that.
Yeah, Zane Smith's actually running pretty well. He's in 9th. He's the guy who looks like he'll advance as of now.
Yeah, Mike. Clint and Tony were talking about Ty Gibbs maybe making some moves out there that was not working in his favor. Just after he did it, he came on the radio and told his crew chief, Chris Gale, "Don't worry, bud. I got my notebook out, and I'm making notes as we go."
Hey, that's what these races are for. Figure this thing out. Make these mistakes now in this duel. Don't make that the big race on Sunday.
Riding with 4th place Harrison Burton and now with 6th place Kevin Harvick.
I love those
Oh, shit, I didn't even see that link.
What line is running a faster lap time? That's what's going to dictate this next.
Wait, really?
Is stepping down, and surprisingly, a lot of people are happy about it. Now, Susan has actually put out a statement talking about this, in which she says, "Dear creators, earlier today I sent an email to employees announcing that I'd be stepping back from my role as head of YouTube to start a new chapter focused on my family, health, and personal projects I'm passionate about." And then she goes on to talk about how great her career has been at YouTube and Google, blah, blah, blah. And then she goes on to say, "You will continue to have someone committed to building and advocating for creators at the helm of YouTube." I hate to be biased here, Susan, but I never really saw where you were advocating for creators, and I think many other creators could agree with me on that. YouTube's longtime chief product officer, Neil Mohan, will take over the leadership role.
That have pitted with Ross Chastain in tow.
But here's the factor that we have to see is these lap times there. The difference in speed is enormous right now. But there's something we've seen here in the past too. The group that pits first sometimes has the advantage because the second group comes out and it's the first group that pits is behind and gets that tow and gets a big run and just goes right on by. But this is an opposite scenario where they pitted early. That second group you see coming off the turn 2 down the backstretch, they're getting that draft now, and you see it in the lap times. They're banking that. So it'll be interesting to see how this all averages out by the time not only we get through the whole pit cycle on the Ford side and Toyota side, but where they all land 5-10 laps after.
Spot on, Tony. We're not talking tenths here. We're talking seconds. 2 seconds faster a lap than that group that already pitted. They're running them down in a hurry.
46.50 for Blaney on that last lap. He is the race leader. The William Byron group, 48 seconds. A second and a half because Blaney's group is beginning to sniff the draft of the cars that pitted earlier.
I think the upper hand goes to them. Saw this last year. Those lap times, you cannot deny those.
They're your leaders. How about Bubba Wallace? Will he pit with the Fords? That's what he has all around him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. You're going to strengthen numbers. You're going to pit with hey, your plan's been made. You know who your dancing partner is. We'll figure that out if there's a chance at the end. But I'm only one Toyota and a field full of Fords right here. I'm going to stick with them.
The next Toyota is Christopher Bell in 7th and then Ty Gibbs in 10th. So you're right, safety in numbers when it comes to drafting.
Absolutely.
46.40 for Blaney, faster that lap. 48 flat again for the William Byron-led group that has already made their pit stop.
And I think you'll see Blaney and that group's number getting smaller and smaller each lap till they catch him.
This is something from this perspective, you know, being up here in the booth, Tony, you never realized what was going on in the car. You know you're catching them, you know, but you don't know about how quick or when you're going to catch them or if you're going to catch them. You know you still got to pit again. It's so much fun to see the anxiety of a crew chief's mind in this battle of a strategy.
Here is Joey Logano.
YouTubers can rejoice. Yeah, she's a pretty bad CEO, but I feel like any CEO is a bad CEO. I mean, CEOs in general are just terrible. Because they don't ever care about what's actually right.
These guys in a hurry. Strategy-wise, this is working right in their playbook.
And they have caught the group of Chevys that pitted first. Jamie.
Watching the Penske cars right now, the 12 of Ryan Blaney, they said we need to come now. The 22 is on the wall. And Bubba Wallace, you guys were talking about him in the 23, he said, when the 12 of Blaney comes down, we're going with him.
And here they come.
They have to get down to pit road speed before that yellow line.
No mistakes.
Josh.
And Kevin Harvick coming into pit as the plan with the rest of the cars he had been running with. He's been running inside the top 10. They're going to get some fuel and head back out. Regan?
Josh, things going perfectly right now for Zane Smith. He went to Roush Fenway Racing, Keselowski Racing to practice pounding the car for pits. Just for this moment, they told him not to slide the tires. Jamie?
And the plan for the Toyotas and Penske's as well. Right sides only, just enough fuel. They need to make it 30 more laps.
Halfway.
So yes, we are at halfway.
Zane Smith has lost that drag coming off pit road.
I think I saw a couple of those guys trying to gain some track position on pit road. Came in towards the tail of that and just took fuel only. No tires.
Ty Gibbs too fast exiting pit
Ooh.
road.
You heard me say it, no mistakes. Whole different ball game when you're practicing pit road at speed on a green flag stop. Very hard to get these things slowed down. You got one stab at it, but if you were off, that adjustment's already been
Ty
made.
Gibbs too fast exiting.
We're seeing these penalties, we're seeing these drivers make these mistakes. You've got to give them a mulligan on this from the standpoint. You can't be upset as a crew chief, you can't be upset as an owner, as a spotter, or any of that. They have not been on the track except for qualifying on lap, so they haven't had a chance to practice coming on pit road, going through the gears, exiting the pits, all of that. They haven't done any of that so far, so this is the time to learn those mistakes. It's, unless you're a driver that has to race your way in, it's truly not a large penalty. You're still going to be in the race on Sunday, and you get this out of your system. Now they've got that first cycle. Now it makes everything easier.
So the Ford and Toyota group managed to pit and get back on track without losing the lead. Logano over Harvick, Bell, Blaney, Busher, and that's all a consequence of pit stops. Paul Wolf, Joey Logano's crew, getting him out first, and he is the leader with 28 laps to go in dual race number 1.
To all the Chevy Silverado owners out there, the adventurers and the doers, to everyone who works hard and plays hard. Whether it's your first Silverado or your 10th. Thank you for making Chevy Silverado the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickups.
Does anybody actually sit down to 3 meals a day these days? Well, here's how I miss a meal but miss nothing. I just unwrapped one of my delicious Atkins chocolate peanut butter bars. Those big boys really fill me up, and they're Atkins. So, single digits on the net carbs and sugar, and 16 grams of protein. Now, I've also started trying some new ones, and they make them with great stuff like almond butter, granola, pecans, even pretzels. These are today's meal bars. They're a big deal, even if you're not doing Atkins.
Sure, saying yes to winter plans sounds fun, in theory. Take Brett. He RSVP'd to his coworker's potluck 4 weeks ago. He was going to bring fondue and dippables. But any fears Brett had of missing out on all this were put to rest when he shopped at Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Be like Brett and save up to $500 on Tempur.
If I hear another BK ad, I'm gonna go crazy.
Instant gift. Shop Mattress Firm's President's Day sale today because this winter the
I haven't
only thing
seen
better
any
than
in a
making
while,
plans is
actually.
sleeping through them.
Active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. Now, Skyrizi helps me get going, along with clearer skin. Skyrizi helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue in just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi to treat your skin and joint symptoms so you can get going. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
I need to try it first.
I can't believe we were actually put on pause.
Huh. Am I anxious about being back? Does it seem like I am?
I'm glad to be back because this is what I was made for. I mean, as a walking, talking candy, my options are pretty limited.
Tomorrow night in Daytona, America's toughest, fastest trucks, full throttle, bumper to bumper at the World Center of Racing. 7:30 Eastern on FS1, the Craftsman Truck Series. Lid lifter for 2023. Now, the gap between the two groups was 11 seconds right after the Fords made their stops, Fords and Toyotas. William Byron and the Chevy group has only eaten up 1.5 seconds of that lead.
Well, this is where if you're that lead pack, right? If you're this pack of Fords, you've got to keep that chain together. Keep that thing, no slack in it. Don't let it bounce back and forth. Do the best job you can do keeping that train alive. If you're the second group, do the same thing. And I like the way they're doing this. They're only catching them a couple tenths a lap. Before it was 4 tenths. That front pack needs to keep their pack together.
Christopher Bell audio.
Are the Chevys catching up only about 2 tenths a lap right now? So they're not making too much progress, but they'll build up steam the closer they get. So they probably will be back to us by the end. At the very end, I would say it'll be close.
That's so interesting. They knew it. We saw this in the duel last year, Duel 2. Those Toyotas pitted way early, and they never got to rebound. It was too far apart. These guys, it's a little bit closer.
Clint, I'm not sure I see it. It's 23, make it 22.
Oh, one played earlier? I didn't even hear it.
It's going to be at least 10 laps before this second group gets close enough to sniff a draft off the leaders.
Keep your eyes glued on them lap times. If they start picking up, if it goes from 2 tenths to 4 tenths to a second, and then 2 seconds like we saw before that pit, then you're in trouble.
That last lap, they closed 0.6 of a second. And it's not going to be a linear advance. The closer they get, the more advantage they're going to get. The bigger toe they're going to get, they're going to close that gap even faster. And that time was from the last car in this first pack to the first car of the second pack.
Right now, in 9th place, the 36 of Zane Smith is in position to race his way into the Daytona 500. Jimmy Johnson would get it on speed, and Chandler Smith, who's gone 1 lap down, would head for the house tonight.
That doesn't surprise me with Zane Smith. His experience in the Truck Series, champion driver, a lot of experience, won this race a year ago.
I think Zane Smith is a really talented race car driver that he's going to be in NASCAR for many, many years to come. He is somebody to watch out for.
That time it was only, 1.5 tenths. They're going to need to do more than that.
If the front pack stays single file, I think they're going to settle it among themselves.
Which they will to the end. If I'm anybody in that front pack, I'm going to stay that way, single file. Listen to your spotter. Do not get out of line for nothing until it's time right there at the end on the last lap.
That gap has opened up to 8.9 seconds now.
Now that front line, just like I said, they've got their stuff together. They've got their communication. They've worked together. Now they're even gotten 1.5 tenths faster than they were before. They're actually getting away from the back pack.
Alex Bowman is making a pit stop. His first. He did not pit with a group of Chevrolets earlier. And again, his position for the 500 is secure. He will be the pole sitter.
Like what they're doing there, though. That's practice. Go down there and get that pit road. The pit boys some practice, changing them tires. Gonna need them on Sunday.
All right, let's show you the gap from the Joey Logano-led pack. You see entering turn number 1. The 13 car, Chandler Smith, all by himself. A lap down. Jimmy Johnson has lost the lead draft. And the Chevrolet is now just entering turn number 1. In fact, Johnson's off the pace. He is on the track apron. Or excuse me, that's Bowman. I'm going to get those numbers all mixed up this year. Jimmy Johnson's now the 84. Alex Bowman's the 48.
Look at this.
That
little
was
mix up already. This is too early. Shouldn't have been doing that. That's what they can afford to do.
But this is actually, they caught the lap cars of the 54 of Gibbs and the 51 of Ware. So they had ran these guys down.
They're screaming at him, get back in line as soon as possible.
And they have, leading the lap car to the inside of Bowman now.
A lot of racing left. Anything can happen. You never know when the caution's going to come out, throw this whole race for a loop. But if it stays like this, the fifth backpack's in trouble.
Well, Chevys have stayed very, very organized.
That
and single file.
That group being side by side in the front, They didn't like that. They're chomping at the bit seeing that. They need to get away from this right here. Ugly. Look how far they've lost the front pack. Just in a lap, this group right here has lost 25 car lengths on that front pack being single file,
which is over a second. Two champions on point. Logano.
Someone sucked urine from someone's cock to save their life. Why? Like, why? Fuck their life. Let him die. When me and Nick go to New Hampshire, I'm going to triple dog dare him to stick his dick in one of the car's fuel cells. And since it's a triple dog dare, that means he has to do it. So.
Natural recipes. Beneful. Eat happy.
I love presents. Get ready for prime time. Oh my goodness. I look like a baby dolphin. Primer stuff sure is sticky. Sticky. Hello? Yeah, can you hold on 1 second? Oh.
USA is winning 2-0. USA. USA. USA.
Scott, you know the rules. No shrinking and drinking, obviously.
And do not give alcohol to the ants, even if they ask. Not a problem, Hank. Alcohol free.
Guys, come on. It's my last one.
You're never gonna finish that. Your eyes are bigger than your thorax. Good luck.
We're here today to set the record straight about Dupuytren's contracture. Surgery is not your only treatment option. People may think their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't. Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
Saturday on Fox, a special UConn basketball doubleheader. At 11:30 Eastern, the men, the 20th ranked Huskies, take on Seton Hall. Then at 2:30, the 6th ranked women take center stage as they battle 14th ranked Villanova. Saturday on Fox. Welcome back to the Blue Green Vacations Duel at Daytona. 13 laps to go in duel race number 1. Joey Logano has now been out front for 16 laps after his Penske Ford teammate Ryan Blaney led 30. Ross Chastain was out front for a lap during the pit stop exchange. We have been caution free.
Saw a big push of Kevin Harvick on the bumper. Joey Logano there. You see that chain's kind of breaking up. You need that gap to kind of stay the same with all these cars. Once it starts accordion, see that accordion effect, then they start slowing down. You can't keep an average and speed up.
Tony, at what point does this lead pack say, okay, the Chevys can't catch us, we're going racing?
I'd say probably no sooner than 5 laps to go at this point to be safe. But this increment keeps it'll close in a little bit and then it grows a little bit, so you're going to wait a little bit longer to figure out exactly what this scenario is going to shape up like.
Well, which one is it, Tony? Do I have to wait or is it going to catch? Man, this is killing me. The suspense is killing me.
Well, if you're Tony Stewart, you're going to wait a little bit longer. If you're Clint Boyer, you're probably going to jump and start moving laps before that.
I like these lap times. That front pack put together really good lap times at 47 flats. getting it.
So in that lead pack, 7 Fords and 2 Toyotas. Here's the leader.
Anything you need me to deliver to Harvick, or you good? No, I'm assuming he's to the right there until we're at the end, I assume. But we'll see. We're just going to take 2 minutes.
So Joey Logano at the Clash at the Coliseum was in the box booth with us with Kyle Busch. They left the booth, well, not arm in arm, but hey, have a good race. Hey, what? And then during the race, they all get together. Kyle Busch called Joey two-faced. Joey says, I am two-faced. I'm happy to be your friend off the track, but when I get on the track, I've got a job to do.
Well, let me tell you something. You heard Joey Logano say, I assume he's going to wait to this last lap and do a move. Well, it didn't exactly go very well for Joey Logano on the last lap of the duel last year. Watch this. Uh-oh.
You put the L in the O.
I had it all set up.
I know.
Chris Buescher had a big run. Took advantage of a lapper. They caught a lapper. He had a big run on him. Goes to the inside. Logano chose to block him, wiped him out. Catch up the rest of the weekend. Could happen again.
Yeah, it was a great start for the season for those RFK Fords, with both Buescher and Brad Keselowski winning their dual races 1 year ago.
I think that old Kevin Harvick at 4-ball isn't excited. He's going to be aggressive this year.
9 laps to go.
Sitting pretty in a good spot. Got help behind him.
Well, it's all Fords back to Christopher Bell in 5th place, the leading Toyota, and Bubba Wallace in 7th.
Tony, you've been looking at these lap times. Have you given up on his backpack yet? What do you got?
I haven't. They actually gained a little bit, but it's been because of 2 single cars that they've been able to sniff that draft off. But we'll see what Harvick's got to say about this.
Here's Kevin Harvick's team.
I don't know who's going to go first, 17 or 12. Ready for anything. They get a big run on back or get a little more congested back there. I'll let you know you know good.
Jeff Frito, Harvick's longtime spotter.
We're going to have to be careful, and Harvick's a cagey veteran. If he pulls out and makes a move too early, you know Logano's teammate is the guy right in his bumper. Probably not going to go with him, but maybe Christopher Buescher does.
And the spotters are really going to play a key role in this at the end. They're going to figure out where the energy is in the pack. If it's really not developing, I mean, you can't be aggressive. You can't pull out. So you're going to have to wait for something to start building and materializing before you can make a move.
Now, you say energy. What do you mean by energy?
Of these guys getting close enough to each other to really give that push and really start building momentum from the back, but it has to come from behind. You can't really build it from in front of you. It has to come from behind.
Or an opportunity. And that opportunity, much like I was saying in that second duel last year, that opportunity was a lap car. As soon as Buescher saw him, it was an awesome move. He saw him catch that lap car, timed it perfect, back his group up, and as soon as he broke loose and Logano stalled out, boom, he was there for the taking.
Zane Smith at the tail end of this pack. He is the one driver who will transfer in this race, riding in 9th spot. Jimmy Johnson back at 15th. Chandler Smith 1 lap down among the open cars trying to race in. Truck Series champ going to school on these Cup Series veterans in front of him. 6 laps to go.
That's one guy that is totally fine with staying in line right now.
See the back group kind of sorted things out, made some shuffles there, maybe tried somebody else. See if we can make this line any better with a different combination. That's all you can do.
Well, I think once they get into a 2-wide pack, then that pack that's 8 seconds back will start catching up.
Is the pack with the Fords in front faster than the pack with the Chevrolets?
I agree. That's the way it's shaping up so far, for sure.
Well, I think they did a better job of their strategy. I really do. They took advantage and was able to capitalize on that short pit on the other side, and they had that big run, and there's a huge net gain to them.
All right, Tony, 5 laps to go. Is it time?
I'm looking for opportunities now. I'm looking for energy to start building up. I'm looking for guys to start, moving around front to back and trying to figure out how they're going to build momentum to get a run.
All right, Clint, let's take another run at this.
Let's do it. This is going to be the block that I was talking about with Logano and Buescher. Buescher had that run on him, and man, Joey just, you can see the frustration. He knew it, but I like that. Joey Logano's here to win races. That aggression in that kid has always been there from day one, and it still is there.
Larry?
Yeah, Mike, I went back and watched that dual race the other night, and one thing Joey Logano said as he came out of the infield care center, remember, that was really the first race with the next-gen car to Super Speedway. He said he never dreamed that run would come that quick and that hard.
And I give credit to Buescher on that. He timed that perfect. He used that lapper as a pick and capitalized on it.
Well, you got to remember, when you get two cars side by side, it blows a much.
Oh, trouble on pit road. Excuse me. Ty Dillon came in for a stop. They were going to put right side tires on it, and the right rear came off and rolled away.
It's off, but it's still on pit road. It's still in a pit box. Yep. As long as that thing doesn't get weight, is he going to get the tire? What's he going to do? They need a caution.
Not going to happen for them. 3 laps to go this time. Joey Logano in command. Kevin Harvick eating away at his rear bumper. Ryan Blaney in third. Logano's teammate. Then Chris Buescher, last year's winner.
Just 3 laps to go.
All in Mustang.
How's this shit gonna work out?
And here you hear him talking about it. I'm confident that back group's not going to catch these boys. You can start fanning out and getting a race on.
Sam Duke women's basketball is down 40 to 14. Damn.
Watch that 23 go. Watch this run.
But in the meantime, in the last 2 laps, they've lost 1 second to that second group back there. So it just shows that the pace they were running before, they were maintaining. They would gain a tenth or two or lose a tenth or two. Now in 2 laps, they've lost a second. So you're getting drivers that are trying to maneuver and figure out how
2
they're
laps
going to
to
try to get
go.
around.
No chance of running. Here comes the run. Bubba Wallace. Is he going to make
Picked
the
a
move?
fine time to leave me loose, Wheel.
6th place Harrison Burton lost the draft to the front 5.
Actually, see Christopher Bell move up.
You're clear, help is not.
Bubba's on a move.
Toyota. Big run. When Christopher moves up, now the shaking and the dice is going to happen.
It's gonna get interesting. Coming to the final lap here.
Remember, some things are undefendable.
Talking right there, Tony. So
All right.
There it is.
Coming to the white flag.
Told you. He's wanting it. He's looking.
All right, white flag. This
White flag. One more time around in the first duel.
Now we got a race. Big block by Harvick. Missed it.
All right, here we go.
I still think you talk about energy. It's on that outside line. Blaney could be in trouble.
It's definitely
Don't let Harvick win.
Sure.
Fuck Harvick.
Move down and help him.
I mean, it's just the duel race. It doesn't really matter, but
Block both lanes. Bell looking low.
Great move by Bell. Another block by Blaney, or excuse me, Logano.
Logano right in the middle of the racetrack trying to cover all the spots.
here we go. Here comes Bell. Here comes Bell. Oh my God. It's going to be a photo finish. It's going to be a photo finish. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? It's going to be Logano. Joey Logano wins the first duel.
But the energy you were talking about won that race. Got the energy when it needed it off of turn 4. Won the race. Zane Smith.
Zane Smith has raced his way.
Yes, and
into
Zane
the-
Smith is into the Daytona 500.
Jimmy Johnson is in on speed. Chandler Smith.
Tell you what,
Head home.
Zane Smith.
Yeah, he's the 2023 points leader.
Did a good job. Top 10 right
But
there. That
he
group of
won't.
guys.
He won't exit the night as the points leader. He'll still. It'll be like tied for
That's the
first.
most important thing. Didn't get himself
So-
in any compromising positions. Got in a good group. Just stayed in line. Stayed patient. Let the line do the work for you.
Joey Logano has his 3rd career dual win and his 15th try. He's won a dual race in 3 of the last 5 years. The last 2 times a defending series champion has won his duel was Joey, 2019 and just now.
Kevin was wanting to make that move, and Christopher Bell beat him to it. Beat him to the punch, and now breaks that line up. Huge momentum on the bottom by Blaney.
All right, so actually last year, the first duel ended at 8:09, and it's 8:09 right now, and then the second duel started at 8:40, so it'll only be about another 20 minutes.
And you noted Buscher in the 17 until the last moment stayed on the inside with his 4 teammates and declined to go to the outside and help that number 20 Toyota.
And that number 20, if he could have kept Bubba Wallace on his tail, his other ally, if you're going to...
Is Chandler and Zane brothers? I don't think so. Smith is a very common last name, so it is actually the most common last name in America.
Especially on tracks like Daytona. I like what I saw out of Buscher, though. Them RFK cars are fast.
6th career dual win for Team Penske among 4 drivers. And the 28th dual win for Ford. They've won 8 of the last 11. Jamie.
And the defending series champion has not skipped a beat. You guys got racy there at the end. Joey, what do you take away from winning tonight?
Oh, man, just a great job by the Shell Pennzoil team. The execution of this race is everything, right? Because you know most likely there won't be a caution, so you got to do a good job on pit road, psych yourself to the front. But then I'm sitting there as a leader, and I'm like, man, I am a sitting duck. This is not where you want to be. I was hoping they started racing back there, which they did, which ended up kind of working out for me. And then when the 20 got to me, I saw Blaney was behind me. I said, that's my buddy. That's my buddy. I got to stick with him. So I knew the 20 would make the run to the outside, and I probably wasn't going to be able to defend that, and just waited for the 12 to push me through there. So good Penske effort there to get a dual win. Much better than what happened last year. So I'm glad to have a nice start here this season.
Yes, much better finish. Joey Logano, your dual 1 winner.
Logano, Bell, Blaney, Buscher,
all right,
the top 5.
Duel 2 up next. That's where the fun happens. That is where the fun happens. In most of the time, the first duel is boring and the second duel is fun. So let's get ready.
Will remain radioactive for years to come. Well, thank goodness it's time for the good news of the week.
And boy, do we need it. Well, this saves you money with the Snapshot app from Progressive. How do you feel?
Good.
He's better than good. He got rewarded for driving safe and driving less.
Sorry, Barb, just to confirm, this is the feel-good news of the week?
This is what we found. Yay, Snapshot.
Did it?
Stay 2 nights and get 8,000 bonus points. Book now at bestwestern.com.
So a 2-2 tie. There's a high fly ball deep to right. Three.
Bayer Aspirin, official sponsor of Fans' Hearts.
Oh, when my Marco's craving hits, it really hits. And with unlimited medium one-topping pizzas for $6.99 each, I can cover tonight's cravings and tomorrow's. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you with Inflation Buster. Plus, if rates drop within 3 years of purchase, you can refinance with exclusive savings with Rate Drop Advantage. Don't miss these big savings. Visit inflationbuster.com.
You've loved the movies. Now, put yourself in the center of the magic. The magical event of a generation is finally here.
ATT.
Ever wonder why Kit Kats are so delightfully crispy? There's your answer. 1, 2, 3. Tasty wafers.
Who do you think will win Duel 2 and join Joey Logano as the points leader?
Have a break.
Duel 2?
Add mid to the moment with Mid Duos.
Who's going to win Duel 2? Kyle Larson. Oh, no. Because he's already locked in for second, so probably not Kyle Larson.
What a way to start the 2023 season for the reigning champ, Joe Logano, getting it done in duel number 1 out there at Daytona International Speedway.
Oh, they still have the last one up.
Dominant fashion. He went out there and led so many laps in this 150-mile race. There were some guys that had a little more pressure than others coming into this race. Of course, that was Chandler Smith.
It was always in duel too.
Had to race their way in. Jimmy Johnson locked himself in last night on qualifying. Chandler Smith did not qualify, which means Zane Smith, no relation by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Zane Smith did race his way in. What a race.
I don't think it's going to be Larson because he's already locked in for the number 2 starting spot, so I highly doubt it. He's probably going to drop to the back just like Bowman did.
There were no nerves. You didn't have time for nerves. Were there nerves when you got down to the end there?
Very, yeah. Once we got to about 10 to go, I'm like, man, please, no caution. But just a huge shout out to my whole FRM team.
Ross Chest. Oh no, wasn't he in the first? I don't even know, dude.
Good enough to get in, which there's a lot of really good open cars. So just so proud of everyone. Well, Carrie Ann better for performance. I don't know what life is. I have Jimmy Johnson.
Oh yeah, that's just the lineup for the first one. Yeah.
Still is my idol, and so just unbelievable being the Great American Race.
Zane Smith will race at Daytona and the Daytona 500 on Sunday.
A lot of Smiths in the garage this season, aren't they? Over to Regan Smith, Jamie Smith, Trevor Smith, of course, Jamie McMurray, Trevor Bain. I'm Shannon Spake. And you look at Zane Smith, I mean, my goodness, just a year and a half ago, this young man didn't even know if he was going to have a ride in the truck series, and now he just raced his way into the 65th running of the Daytona 500.
Yeah, I love it. He seemed overwhelmed. He's like, I got Jimmy Johnson. I mean, an idol of his growing up. Did a great job, though. Finished 8th overall. Happened to be on the right side of the pit strategy. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. But pit strategy played a huge role in the outcome of this. The Ford camp, the Toyota guys had the right strategy. Chevy did not. He had a little bit of a miscue, it looked like, in his pit stall when they made this green flag stop, and he couldn't get in gear. And we talked about it's harder. Like, when these guys do this every single week, we don't see mistakes. But there's more to the green flag stops and getting in and out of your pit stall than people can understand. But did a great job, didn't make any mistakes, and was able to race his way.
Yeah, big relief on that side. But of course, for Chandler Smith, the emotions are very different, and he's with Jamie Little.
Well, Chandler Smith gave it a valiant effort, first time ever being in one of these cars, and things just didn't go smooth from last night. I know you gave it your all, but what do you take from this experience?
Just taking an opportunity that Chris Rice and Matt Colleague gave me there. Before I said, I'm fine with if I don't make it, but it'd be awesome if I made it. I believe that everything happens for a reason. I'm a believer. So I'm fine with this. I had a lot of fun right there. I learned a lot. Now I get what these guys talk about when you run on a Sunday, you gain a lot of experience that translates.
I could see Almirola winning it.
Sundays, even from that one duel, I just learned so much.
Almirola won it in 2021, so
I just can't think of
yeah, he's my pick to win the second duel.
Men and women that just put a full effort into coming down here and trying to attempt the Daytona 500 in their third car, first time as an organization. We weren't able to get it this year, but hopefully we can come back next year, make another attempt, and get it on the time.
All right, Chandler, we'll see you in the Xfinity race on Saturday.
Thank you.
Absolutely, still has a shot to get a victory down there in Daytona. A victory like Joey Logano got in duel number 1.
Double A battery wins it? How?
Signature victory celebration.
He won it in 2021.
For COPD, ask your doctor about Breasttree. Breasttree gives you better breathing, symptom improvement, and helps prevent flare-ups.
Breasttree won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breasttree more than prescribed. Breasttree may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
If you have COPD, ask your doctor about Breasttree.
Come a chameleon. Come and go. Come and go.
I'm your glitchy Wi-Fi, which means your smart home. This is so smart. And now I'm sending mixed signals to your garage. But if you having fun with your home at all, unpacking this isn't going to be too much fun. So get all stick.
One trick that guys made up work.
way back when.
It's our turn now, we'll make it up again. We'll build freelance teams with more agility.
The old way of working is deader than me.
We'll scale up and we'll scale down.
Before you're 6 feet underground.
I need to try it first.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Should I be selling right now? Ooh. Let me take a look at the numbers for you.
Hey, Gracie, tell Mom and Dad they gotta see the living quarters. They are awesome.
Mom, Dad, Junior wants to show you something up on deck 3.
Right now, we just started.
Don't worry, we have plenty of time.
It got a little dicey at the end of this race. Guys making moves, trying to get the victory, and duel number 1 out there in Daytona. Christopher Bell making moves late. Kevin Harvick, all of these guys in the mix. Made it through cleanly. Christopher Bell would finish second in the race. He is with Josh Sims.
Christopher Bell comes home second in duel number 1. I saw you make the move at the end. What more did you need?
I don't really know. I need to watch it back and see what happened. And Stevie, my spotter, got on there and said I didn't have any help once I got outside the 22. So ultimately thrilled with second to get 9 points. And Speedway racing has been a really big struggle for us, and it's been a focus to try and execute a little bit better. So proud of all of our partners at Ream and DeWalt to get them a good showing early on in the season at one of my weaker racetracks. So hopefully we can build on this and maybe finish my first Daytona 500.
Thanks and good luck on Sunday.
Thanks so much. All right, you heard Josh ask him, what more did you need to make it work and get the victory? What more did they
We just
need?
needed some help right there. I mean, all those Fords were lined up. They did a great job with their pit strategy, as Jamie mentioned earlier. And honestly, the Toyotas, they just didn't have the power in numbers. Christopher Bell did a great job working his way from about 8th place there at the white flag, kind of finagling his way through the pack and making the move. Ultimately, that could have won in the duel. He just didn't have enough help.
Do you know how to spell finagle?
I was saying finagle. Oh, my vocabulary there.
I know how to spell duel.
Sounds right, though.
I know how to spell duel, and duel number 2 is coming up. We've got duel number 1 behind us. Joey Logano got the victory in that as Chase Briscoe walks down pit lane, starting 3rd in duel number 2. It's time to start looking ahead to the next 150-mile race, and we'll do that when we get back.
Active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. Now, Skyrizi helps me get going, along with clearer skin. Skyrizi helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue in just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or medicine.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi to treat your skin and joint symptoms, so you can get going. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Are you one of the millions surprised by your wireless rates increasing last year? You have rights. I'm not entirely sure what they are because I'm not a lawyer, just a charming British accent. But I do know this. T-Mobile has price lock guarantee. That means they won't raise the rates of your talk, text and data, ever. As if iPhone 14 Pro owners weren't already giddy enough.
Switch to T-Mobile today and get the powerful iPhone 14 Pro on us.
Join T-Mobile and experience price lock guarantee. I guarantee you won't look back. That's a guarantee.
It's called the birthplace of speed. We're still talking about the first one. I guarantee we'll be talking about this one, the Daytona 500.
I spent 26 years teaching kids, and now I follow the birds. When you set foot on the bosque, oh, my heart races. It's like
You're gonna cry for 5 minutes? Why? Elliot joined the Coca-Cola racing family? Yeah, I heard about that.
After you joined our family, it was like I really did feel complete.
There we go. There we go. Why is it still showing? right, well, I'll give it a few minutes. Oh, there we go. Oh, alright, well, it'll figure itself out. Sam, where'd you get that shirt? At Pocono Raceway in 2021. Or, no, I got it this year. Yeah, I got it this year. Or last year.
It's not 22 and 23, but it could be. It's never enough, and it's never enough right there. Oh, getting all the love, all the feels right there from this family. That's awesome. That's what it's all about right there. Spending victory lane after the duel with your family. All right, let's put that one behind us because we're going to look ahead. We got one more race tonight, 150 miles. These are the three drivers who are the open car drivers. Of course, we already know, Jamie, that Travis Pastrana has locked his way in.
Yeah, and I mean, Connor Daly has the most vertical hill to climb. He didn't even get to run a lap for qualifying. That has no laps in this car. Little experience in NASCAR. He's a great driver, obviously very successful on the IndyCar side. But man, that's going to be such a challenge for him. Hopefully the car will start, and then he's able to actually go out and try to race his way in. But that's going to be a big challenge for him. Yeah.
When you look at Travis Pastrana, we know that he's gotten some laps in the truck earlier today. We talked to him in the pre-race. Larry McReynolds did. We saw his excitement. What do you do in this race to try to gain as much information as you can?
Well, I would think if I was Travis Pastrana, my adrenaline machine would be broken by now. I mean, he's base jumped, he's done all this stuff, but he is excited to be here. He's all pumped up. We saw that in that interview. If you're Travis Pastrana, you know you're locked in, so just make the laps. You know, hook up here with Denny Hamlin. He's starting in this duel right behind him. Get behind your teammate that knows how to plate race, probably one of the best plate racers in the series right now, and go and learn long laps and see what your car does.
Don't make the headlines for the wrong reason. That's what I would say.
And he's going to pay for it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, a kid might not go to college. Yeah, I think if you're Travis, it's about going out and just learning. The green flag pit stop, the drafting, what position you need to put yourself in, and just try to learn, educate a little bit.
Yeah, certainly one of the headlines for this entire weekend is the fact that Jimmy Johnson, 7-time champ, is back in the race. He did qualify on time last night. He was in duel number 1, and Regan caught up with him.
Well, Jimmy Johnson finished his 14th in duel number 1, but you just told me the car felt more normal. I heard you at one point on the radio say it's tight in the middle. I can't get the front of the car to stay down, just like old times, right?
It was very familiar once the tire pressures came up and got going. You know, some of the stuff that goes on for qualifying, I had a much different experience then, but that felt like a cup car Daytona.
What are you thinking with this race car now? Did you learn what you need to for Sunday to have a successful event and get up there and contend for your 3rd Daytona 500?
Yeah, those are great reps. Having a new spotter, new crew chief, new team. There's a lot of new here, so to work through that, have a clean race. I wish our strategy worked out a little bit better and we could have finished further forward, but I was able to get a lot of reps that I needed for this environment.
A lot of new for the team, but one of the best of all time behind the wheel, Jimmy Johnson.
I feel like I'm in a time warp. Like, you know, I just got like rewinded and rewound and put back a couple years. He talked strategy, right? Because I looked up at the scoring pylon and I said, oh my goodness, all the Chevys are outside the top 9. And you said, wait a minute. And it's not just because of speed, it's because of strategy. So walk me through this.
So Joey Logano said this. We typically know we're not going to see cautions in the dual races. They typically go green. And that means that when you pit, makes a huge difference. Last year, the Fords pitted early, and it worked out for them because they had the most cars pit, came out, were able to run the fastest laps. This year, they pitted later with the Toyotas.
All right,
and
figure it
the
out.
Who pitted early couldn't stay locked together. We saw some of the guys have trouble getting off the road in their pit stall. It didn't work out for them. So when you pit, I mean, and it's so hard because if you watch the races last year, what happened in the first duel didn't work in the second duel. So just because we saw the pitting early not work doesn't mean it won't work now.
Yeah, a guy who has had strategy, fast cars, whatever, aggressive moves, made it work so many times at this racetrack is, of course, Denny Hamlin. 3-time winner in the big race, 3-time winner in the duel. He's with Jamie Little.
All right, Denny Hamlin coming up here in duel number 2. Well, you have 3 Toyotas there that you got to watch. What'd you take away from their performance there and what you need to do here?
It's such a numbers game in these duels. You know, for us, with not having numbers, we just try to blend into whatever Ford or Chevy pack has because they have more cars, and then we just sit there and wait until the last lap. I mean, it's pretty much all you can really do. So you got to make sure you execute on the pit cycle and then put yourself as far to the front as you can to be a factor. I thought Christopher did a really good job considering the numbers game, making a good move there on the end.
All right, 4 Toyotas coming up in duel number 2.
strength in numbers? Is that what we're looking at with the Toyota camp?
Yeah, just like Denny explained and Jamie explained, it's always strength in numbers. And when I drove for Ford, they were always the best at getting everybody together. I think over the years now, Chevrolet, Toyota have done a good job at that. But right here, you see Travis Pastrana walking around. I've got to think that Denny feels better about his race knowing Travis is locked in. If you're the car owner and your team isn't locked in, he was going to be glued to that number 67's back bumper for the whole race.
You know, the one thing that I want to see in this next duel is all three manufacturers be able to race it out at the end. What we didn't see there was, you know, did the Toyotas have those speed, the Fords, the handling? Jimmy Johnson talked about the car not turning well. I want to see, based on, you know, the racing, and when it gets down to the end, does one manufacturer have an advantage over the other?
I was pretty impressed with Christopher Bell's move when he did go to the outside of Logano. It was a pretty, you know, abrupt move to the outside, and he was pretty confident and aggressive, right? He says Christopher Bell can't be aggressive, but he was right there. He jerked the car to the outside and trusted at the stick.
Yeah, you know, you got to make the move at the end to try to win the race. That's the guy right there that's hoping to make the move. I mean, what a day for Rick Hendrick yesterday, right? Guys, all the guys on the front row. We'll be right back.
When I started my new kombucha business, I thought there would be a lot more kombucha and a lot less business. As a new small business owner, I've learned that trying to be the cool boss is a lot harder when you're actually the stressed boss.
I know everything about my new furniture business. Well, everything except the whole business part.
Not anymore. With QuickBooks, you can confidently manage your business. New business, no problem. Yeah, success starts with Intuit QuickBooks.
Sure, saying yes to Winterplan sounds fun, in theory. Take Brett. He RSVP'd to his coworker's potluck 4 weeks ago. He was going to bring fondue and dippables. But any fears Brett had of missing out on all this were put to rest when he shopped Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Get a king for the price of a queen, and save up to $700 on Sealy, plus a free adjustable base. Shop Mattress Firm's President's Day sale today, because this winter, the only thing better than making plans is sleeping through them.
If you think you have Dupuytren's contraction, there's a simple test you can take. From anywhere, try to lay your hand flat against the surface.
Alright, I'm going to the bathroom real quick.
You may have Dupuytren's contraction. Talk to a hand specialist about your options, including non-surgical treatments.
Hey man, you can save hundreds for safe driving with Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Woo! You gotta go get.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Being a NASCAR fan just got even more rewarding with the free Fan Rewards loyalty program. Earn reward points and redeem them for merchandise, tickets, VIP experiences, and so much more. Earn points from the track or at home. Check in on your phone, complete your profile, or play fantasy racing to score your first points. Join and start earning today. Visit NASCAR.com/rewards to learn more now.
There was a point last season that Eric Almirola didn't even think that he would be in this race. Of course, now he's going out in duel number 2, and he is on the front row for this event. And we haven't even mentioned Kyle Busch yet, who's, of course, making his very first start in this race. He was out at the Coliseum in that 8 car.
Yeah, I mean, as excited as we are to see Kyle Busch, he's equally as excited to see what he's going to have. Like, the Clash is one thing, Trevor, but this is really when the season starts. Biggest race of the year, what's he going to have?
Yeah, and RCR always has great super speedway cars. I've got to think he's excited about this one.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him out there, and I can't believe that we've gone like an hour and a half, 2 hours without saying Kyle Busch, trying to, of course, win his first Daytona 500 this weekend on Sunday. The man who will call that race as well as duel number 2 is Mike Joy. Let's go to him now.
Shannon, thank you. We're set for the second Blue-Green Vacations duel at Daytona. 10 Chevys, 8 Fords, 4 Toyotas set to square off. Let's go trackside.
All right. Yeah.
And now, race fans, here to say the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome Executive Vice President, Chief Sales and Marketing Officer, Dusty Tonkin, joined by his son, Xander, and representing the Great Lakes, Jeremy Wiley.
A Blue Green, Corey LaJoy, and the rest of the drivers. Start your engine!
21 drivers at the ready for Duel 2 as we congratulate Coca-Cola Racing family driver Joey Logano for his win in Blue Green Vacation Duel 1 at Daytona.
This is the truck that helps keep families safe, and the truck that helps you get far from home. This is the truck of the outdoors, the early adopters, and the rising generation. This is the one more truck owners are switching to. This is what it means to be a Ram.
Now with 2.9% financing for 72 months, get an average $10,207 in finance savings on our most popular models.
There's nothing quite as magical as staying at a Disney Resort hotel. So imagine complimentary rides to and
There we
from
go.
the park. Even
Now we got
extra
the
time
proper
with
one.
family in the park. And right now, you can save up to 25% on rooms at select Disney Resort hotels. So if you're not staying here, just think what you might be missing.
I need to try it first.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
My wings are buzzing. You got a big day today, so let's get her going with Big Honey Crunch. That's Kevin crunching the day. Let it go.
BK Stackers, Bun Burger Cheese, Burger Cheese, Burger Cheese, Burger Cheese, Burger Cheese, Burger Cheese, Bacon Burger Cheese. We can do this all day.
BK, have it your way. You rule.
Lately, all my hearts have been breaking. All these games I've been playing, straying from the plan. Just trying to be the man. Lately, all my hearts have been breaking. All these games I've been playing, straying from the plan. Just trying to be the man.
Welcome back to the Blue Green Vacations Duel at Daytona. Race number 2 is set the outside lane for Sunday's 65th Daytona 500 on Fox.
Let's check in with Travis Pastrana and see how his heartbeat's going here. Hey, Travis, Tony Stewart in the Fox booth. You got me, bud?
Go all the way below the yellow line and get where you need it to be, and then we'll go back in line.
Travis, Tony Stewart in the booth. You got us, bud? I'd say he's probably got a lot of instructions he's trying to think of right now. Let's check in with Larry Reynolds.
Mike, you might say, what did we learn in duel number 1? Well, honestly, as Mike Tony pointed out in Clint, I've actually learned it a year ago in the dual race.
The first time ever the reigning Cup, Xfinity, and Truck champion will be running the Daytona 500. Jeez, that is awesome.
Are you guys going to adjust the plan for race number 2? And every one of them said, we certainly hope so. They're okay with pitting first. Just don't pit first too early in the race.
Thanks, Larry. We know what too early is. Let's have a look at the starting grid, sponsored by Blue Green Vacations. Kyle Larson will start on the outside of the front row for the 500. Best dual finish of third in 2020. Eric Almirola in a Ford, the 2021 dual winner. Row number 2, a pair of Fords. Chase Briscoe finished 4th last year in his dual. Austin Cindric won the 500 last year. Row 3, Kyle Busch, back in the Chevrolet camp, a 3-time dual winner, and Daniel Suarez.
I hate this blunt wrap, man.
8th twice in his dual, both in Chevys. Chase Elliott, a 2-time dual winner, and was row 4 in a Chevrolet, and in a Ford. Moving over to Stuart Haas this year is Ryan Preece, who finished 5th in his last time he was in the dual. That was 2021. Row 5, last year's dual winner Brad Keselowski in a Ford. And Tyler Reddick moves over to the Toyota camp, runner-up at Daytona last summer. Row 6, Martin Truex Jr. in his 19th dual race, and Travis Pastrana, who was already timed into the 500 last night. Row 7, Denny Hamlin in a Toyota, 3-time dual winner, and Noel Gragson, his 3rd dual start, first time running locked into the 500 in a Chevy. Justin Haley, July 2019 Daytona winner, and Austin Hill trying to race his way in. Todd Gilliland finished 15th in his only duel. That was last year. BJ McLeod making his 5th start will have to go to the rear for a steering change. Riley Herbst making his first dual start from Las Vegas and in a Chevrolet. And Corey LaJoie, 3rd generation star, finished a dual.
Man, fuck Riley Herbst.
2021. Then it's Connor Daly. 97 IndyCar starts, but he is going to have to race his way in to make his first Daytona 500. Let's review the open teams on the bottom row. Travis Pastrana's in the 500 on time. If he finishes first among these 3, that'll put Austin Hill in on time. Hill and Daly can race their way in.
Let's check and see if we can get a hold of Kyle Busch, since we didn't get a hold of Travis. Kyle Busch, Tony Stewart in the box booth. You got me, bud?
Hey, Tony, what's up?
Well, different car, different color, different number, but same aggressive guy behind the steering wheel. What did you see from the first duel that you're going to protect or implement in the second one here?
Not a whole lot of rowdy, so we'll see if we can make this one a little bit more rowdy. But no, I mean, just trying to see what all goes down with the runs and like you guys are talking about, just the energy that kind of happens. And not trying to ride around single file, but we'll see what happens. You got to take care of your car. You got to have a good team. We're going to get 3 G Chevrolet for the Daytona 500, so we want to make sure we come out of here one piece.
All right, man. You got a heck of a guy behind you that's a good pusher in his own right, so good luck. Have fun out there, man.
All right, thank you.
4 Chevrolets among the top 7, along with the 3 Fords. Here's Regan Smith.
Well, Mike, you mentioned Martin Truex Jr. 0 for 19 in the dual races, looking for that first dual win. And as a matter of fact, 0 for 71 at the super speedway races. I talked to crew chief James Small before they got ready to go out. He said, tonight we want to find out what this race car can do. We are going to be very aggressive. We have a great backup car on the truck. If we need that, we will use it. I want to find out if we can push and take pushes better than last year, where he won 2 of the stages in the Daytona 500. Josh?
Well, Regan, only 1 open spot left in the Daytona 500, and Austin Hill in the 62 wants it bad. He said he was stressed out before qualifying. He's stressed out before heading into duel number 2 just because he hasn't drafted in the Cup car, but now he knows the scenario. As long as Connor Daly isn't the top open car ahead of him and
Someone has trouble already, it looks like. Someone looked like they were smoking.
Daly, it's been a nightmare week. Couldn't qualify yesterday because of an electrical issue, and then today they got it fixed, but it was all about trying to get the seat right. He had radio issues. When I asked him what he could expect out there, he told me frankly he doesn't know. He just says, when I get out there, I hope I have something I could work with.
I think he has 1 Cup start on the Roval at Charlotte last fall.
in practice at pit road, I watched that car roll down there as Josh Simpson was talking about him. Connor Daly needs to make sure that he capitalizes. We've got a massive problem on the back of that car.
I can't accelerate. The thing is rocking like crazy.
Yeah.
Connor Daly, man, he has not had a good speed weeks.
Yeah, you heard the
He's already having trouble before the race even starts. That's not good.
They had issues yesterday, all kinds of weird things happening. So we'll see if he even is able to get up to speed here.
Look at this thing. Look at this. Bounce, 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 bounce.
Not being allowed to travel.
Well, it makes me feel like they
Yeah, that sucks for Connor Daly, man.
You have so many adjustments in those shocks, Mike. It makes me almost believe that they got something way off an adjustment, or maybe something that's not even connected.
Well, you just see it bouncing, rolling down the. Yeah, what I was going to get at though, with these open cars, you saw that mistake in the first one. Don't beat yourself out of these things. Much like that suspension problem right there, but pit road. Do not get caught speeding. Only way you can beat yourself.
Eric Almirola will start on the outside of the front row. Here's his team.
Points on the line right here. Still get a win. To start on the second row of that Daytona 500. Start the season off right now. Let's do it.
Talk to Eric, and that's exactly what he told me. That was the game plan. Go, Cat, go. Let's go win this thing.
Is the car made of bouncy balls? I was like, I'm thinking, like, did they just fuck with his car intentionally?
60 laps, 150 miles, pit window 38 to 42.
Right, China?
I think you're going to see that fuel window and that pit be a lot closer to that one. Last one, they pitted at 21, coming to 22.
All right, here we go.
Well, traditionally,
And green flag is in the air. The second duel is underway.
Four cars coupled together up front, now three on the inside. Larson, Briscoe, and Kyle Busch in the 8.
Connected there, big push by Briscoe, moving up right in front of his teammate.
Almirola drops in third from the outside of the front row. Has a look, thinks better of it, has another
out
look.
there. Briscoe is trying to go with him, trying to get the 10 in line on the bottom. Did not work out. Be interesting if Briscoe will move up in front of him, take the Fords to the front. But that's going to stop up a lot of them Chevys underneath of them. 10 Chevys in this, 7 Fords.
And 4 Toyotas qualified last night, 20th through 26th.
I'm telling you though, those Toyotas are sleeping. Don't not count them guys out off the qualifying speed. Matt Fassler comes through. Here's the driver's side cam. You see there's blurring out on the dash there. That's proprietary information with team to team. You don't need to see that, but I'm telling you, it's going to be a really cool angle as we progress through the year. Such a neat thing. That camera is so tiny. Mike and I got to see it in the plane. Like literally tinier than anything I've ever seen. I cannot believe that that's a camera that can produce the images that it does.
Whoa, Briscoe got squirreled up just a little bit. Not sure if that was contact from Kyle Busch or not.
And it really let that outside line just roll right around the outside.
Oh, yes, that was contact.
That slip up stacks that bottom line up, and here the outside comes.
But they're getting a big run on the bottom.
Yeah, Briscoe getting a little frisky there with the 5.
Another thing with that push from Kyle Busch, the Chevrolet, David Travers talked about it, that arrow, spearhead on the front of that thing. What the Ford is a lot flatter front end, enables those guys to push a little bit harder. I think that's what you saw with Kyle Busch in the front row of 14.
Now this year, all 3 manufacturers have a new nose piece, and Chevrolet made some effort at trying to resist that, reduce that pointiness, so those cars would push in the draft and be with a little more stable than what we saw here last year.
See, Almirola, he can pull down.
not going to leave that too far. Good pushing, good company, good dancing partner. This group is starting to string out. Benny Hammer back to Noah Gregson, 14 to 15.
Still there, Scotty. That's going to give you a push. Still inside. Still there.
That's Doug Campbell, Austin Cindric's spotted.
I think we've seen it already, Mike. You talked about it. Any one of these duels ever boring on one side of it or slow for excitement, the other ones is for sure to produce. And these guys are already pushing way more than the other.
Josh?
Yeah, you saw Kyle Busch give a little push to Chase Briscoe a little bit earlier, but outside of that, Chase Briscoe keeps coming over the radio, and he just said, I'm out of control, loose. They told him just hang in there and keep fighting.
Well, again, that's part of the consequence of being one of the fastest cars last night. Is you're going to be one of the more unstable cars tonight.
How about this by Kyle Larson? He's staying up front. That cat's got a car for sure on the front row. The only way you not do that is if you get in a wreck here. You saw that 48 spit out, let him go, finish the lap down or whatever. Kyle Larson's hanging tough.
Larry Mack?
Yeah, Mike, you see Eric Almirola in that win car. Remember, he qualified 4th last year. And when they dropped the green flag on the Duels, he had failed before they got through turn 2. I just went down and talked to Drew Blickensderfer, his crew chief, and he just gave me a thumbs up. But a difference a year has made with this car handle-wise.
Well, not only that, he doesn't have anywhere to go. Right. I mean, he's already against the yellow line on the inside. He's got a row on the outside of him. He can't really go anywhere.
Caution's out.
I saw it blow out of one of their cars or somebody run over it right there.
Oh yeah, we got debris. I think that was from Gregson's car. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the a window from Gregson's car. Yeah.
So we'll step away while we look for the offender. First caution flag tonight in the duel at Daytona.
I'm managing my high blood pressure, but I'm still a target for chronic kidney disease.
And my type 2 diabetes means I'm also a target. We are targets too.
Millions have chronic kidney disease, and 90% don't know they have it. So ask for your kidney numbers and Farxiga. If you have chronic kidney disease, Farxiga reduces the risk of kidney failure, which can lead to dialysis.
Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in women and men, and low blood sugar.
Did you call Syndic Cedric? That's funny.
To death. A rare, life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, an allergic reaction, or ketoacidosis. And don't take it if you are on dialysis.
Take aim at chronic kidney disease. Ask your doctor for your kidney numbers and ask for Farxiga. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Ma, are you sure you don't want to go bowling with us tonight? Yeah, no.
There's my little marzipan. Oh, my daughter gives the best dogs.
We're just passing through on our way to the Jazz Jamboree. We wanted to thank America's #1 motorcycle insurer for saving us money.
Mara, your parents are
Exactly like me. I know, right?
Well, cherish your friends and loved ones. Let's boogie woogie.
Bread doesn't go bad after a day. So why would we just give it away when we could sell it? Because, well, bread doesn't go bad after a day. And while donating it may be a small act in this world, on this table, it will be big. Panera.
Stay 2 nights and get 8,000 bonus points. Book now at bestwestern.com.
7 laps complete in race 2 of the Blue-Green Vacations Duel at Daytona. This one sets the outside lane of the starting grid for Sunday's Daytona 500 on Fox. A right side window has come off, and whoa, here comes almost everybody to pit road.
Already shaking things up. Like it. What do they do? 4 tires, 2 tires, no tires?
Josh.
You see Chase Briscoe come in. He's been fighting a car that's extremely loose so far. He's going to get tires and fuel.
Well, LaJoy and Suarez and Keselowski deal out with fuel only.
About that. 4 tires on the 14, fuel only on a lot of them, right sides only.
And the 45, Tyler Reddick, does not get going all the way to the back as he finally leaves his pit stop. The side window that prompted the caution flag, we have found the culprit. Hope they have a spare sitting in their pit.
And I saw it blow out. Justin Haley's car right there. A white roof, yellow number, right there. Tell me that air ain't turbulent back there in the pack. Sucked it right out of the right side of the car. Boom. And that's not something, Tony, that you probably have laying in the pit box to replace. There's somebody's running back to the hauler, finding one in a backup car.
Exactly. Somebody's doing a 100-yard dash right now to get back as quick as they can.
So he is the race leader because he did not pit. He couldn't pit because they're not ready to replace the window. But he will have to pit before they restart the race. Now, Travis Pastrana is a rookie at the Cup Series. Hasn't run much at Daytona. He did race in the Xfinity Series, but he's got some questions as to, let's say, manners and protocol and what's going on here.
Hey, when they got their hand out the window, does that mean come push me, or does that mean go inside of me or around me? In this case, come push them. I'm sure that's exactly what it means. They'll point. If they want you to the inside, I'm sure they're going to be point to the bottom. If they just have it out the window, they just want you to come get to them and help them. Well, I went around them, so it's pretty tough.
Depends on what they're pointing with. The finger has all the dickiness. Whatever finger that gets out the window, that's what you'll know. I've seen them all. Tony, some from you.
Crew Chief Eric Phillips and spotter Jason Hedleski for Pastrana. Larry?
Yeah, Mike, Clinton, Tony. The reason they pitted right there, I talked to Drew Blickensdorf with crew chief Eric Almirola. Remember, if they run up to about lap 32 to 34 and just do 2 tires, they're waiting on fuel. This way, less fuel when they do come and get those 2 tires.
Yeah, Connor Daly's not doing good.
Chase Briscoe came in to top off. BJ McLeod has stalled leaving his pit. And you saw them go across the choose V.
First time I saw that, Mike.
Where every driver gets to choose his restart lane.
I thought that was going to shake things up. I love that's a new rule for these drivers.
He ain't making the 500.
We didn't do that at the Daytona Talladega.
Connor Daly ain't making the 500. The only way he makes it in is if all the other guys wreck.
I like it.
I mean,
tough break for the last independent owner driver in NASCAR, BJ McLeod. His car had to get pushed back into his pit.
I think Connor Daly can only make it in. Even if Travis Pastrana finishes ahead of him, I don't think he makes it in.
9 complete of 60 laps.
So many times, Tony, when you're setting yourself up, green, white checker at the end of the Daytona 500, liking what you see in your mirror. I've got my allies, I've got my teammates behind me. What do you mean there's a choose cone rule? That is going to play a role in the outcome of this big race on Sunday.
And we're already seeing the first example of it. I mean, the inside row is sitting there with Fords, the outside row with Chevys now, so we're already seeing how these drivers are trying
Daly
to
must be the top,
trying to make sure
the top of those guys in the duel.
I'm telling you, Mike, for 2 laps parading around there, you'd be counting them cars back. All right, now who am I going to have behind me pushing here? No chance. You're going to have 1 lap to sort that out now, and it's probably not going to be the guy.
It's between Riley Herbst, Travis Pastrana, Austin Hill, and Connor Daly, but Travis Pastrana's already in. But Daly still has to finish ahead of him.
I'm surprised Kyle Larson is staying up here. This is a risk. I like it.
We're back under green.
Still right with you to 2 with a car length behind him. 5 still on your door. Getting help from the 8. Still there, 5, half a car width between you. 8 right on him with a car length and a half behind you, 8. Half to the 2.
spotter chatter. It's like air traffic control. But the driver's got to drive that car.
Well, by theory, they steer the car. I feel like the spotters drive the cars anymore. They're the ones seeing what lanes are building that energy and getting momentum, and then they're relaying that to the drivers, so they're really calling the shots.
Did you see how big a push Kyle Busch gave Kyle Larson? Really shot him out so far that Kyle had to elect to go down. Now what's he do here, Tony? Does he pull up, make this block, or stay on the bottom?
I think he just sits there and figures out which line is building energy, and then you choose that. He didn't do it there.
He thought about it. He pulled back down. I don't think he liked the way Kyle Busch was pushing him that aggressive. Kyle's going to try. Larson is going to try to stay as clean as he can here, but try to keep this track position as long as he can. If he loses it, I'd say he goes to the back. But if he stays up front, I bet he tries to stay there. A lot of pushing.
20 cars in that draft. BJ McLeod got back out on track, but he's half a lap down.
I do think this is a scenario with Kyle Larson where the reason he's staying there is he wants to gather as much information as he can, but he doesn't want to do it with a lot of risk. If his car didn't feel good, he wouldn't stay there. He wouldn't elect to put himself in that position. But as long as that car feels and drives the way he wants it to, he is gathering knowledge that's going to help him for Sunday.
And remember, last night he was a 1/10.5 off of Alex Bowman's pole-winning speed. And the difference in those two setups may well be the difference between the car Bowman had trouble driving tonight and the car that Kyle Larson is leading with tonight.
Very true.
One in front now, you can push one.
Whole different ball game. This duel is whole different ball game. We saw those Fords strong in the lap, and these Chevys are showing some serious muscle. That outside line, Daniel Suarez is giving him some shots. I think if they can get out ahead, they're going to move back down.
Kyle Busch is an RCR 8. Yep, he's the leader.
Kyle Larson trying to do what nobody's done since Chase Elliott in 2017. Win the pole and then win the dual race on Thursday.
Huge on the back stretch.
Watch what it does, though. Watch what it sets up. Both of those cars got out so far. Here comes Austin Cindric to the bumper of the 10, line in tow. That creates some slack there. They're ahead now, but look at the momentum on the outside, stacked up 6 cars deep.
The thing that happens is when the 5 and the 10 are getting a run like that, it looks so massive and they're able to gain so much ground. But the 10 car can't clear that outside line. The lead car did, but as soon as it pulls the second car back, then there's no energy to push that.
Kyle Busch is leading in the duel. Kyle Busch, the weed man. The weed man.
I like where Kyle Larson's at, though. He's in
Yeah.
a protected spot. I've always said, ride on the bottom and dance on the top.
Kyle's doing it. He's the weed man, and he's doing it. He's this. This is Kyle Busch. This is Kyle Busch.
Busch knows he'll be in on speed. Hill trying to race his way in. And the third racing car, Connor Daly, 4 seconds back of the lead.
Yeah, I'm surprised Connor even got that car moving as bad as it was violently bouncing, but he's not out of this thing yet. That caution helped him.
Jamie?
Yes, the caution was a big break for Connor Daly and this team. He actually said the car was bumping around, jumping around so much, he felt like he was driving on a supercross track. That's something they do here in the infield. But they did raise him up off those bump stops a little bit, and he says it's drivable now. Regan?
We talk about what teams can learn tonight. Kyle Larson being one of those teams, racing that car that he knows is going to start in the front row. Crew Chief Daniels told me, though, we are wondering about the cooling with this new Chevy nose. That is one of the biggest boxes that they wanted to check tonight. What's the best way to do that? Well, it's with cars in front of you like he has right now.
All part of learning. Again, remember, no practice prior to qualifying last night or prior to tonight's dual race. So, for Kyle Larson, since he's locked his way into a front row start, this is a 60-lap practice session.
Absolutely. And again, as long as that thing is comfortable, there's no problem staying there. It's just if it starts feeling bad at all, just cut your loss, get out of there, save it for Sunday.
You know, with this caution that came out, it really jumbled the strategy up, much from that dual limb. Now it's these cars back here.
Yeah, it's stupid that the cars didn't have any practice.
That helps save.
I think that shit's dumb.
So an early caution and a round of pit stops have shuffled the deck. We have 17 of 60 laps complete in the second blue-green duel.
To all the Chevy Silverado owners out there, the adventurers and the doers, to everyone who works hard and plays hard. Whether it's your first Silverado or your 10th. Thank you for making Chevy Silverado the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickups.
So at 2-2 tie, there's a high fly ball deep to right. Freeze!
Bayer Aspirin, official sponsor of Fans Hearts.
This week is your chance to try any Subway footlong for free. Like the Subway Series menu. Just buy any footlong in the app and get one free. Free monster, free bosses, and a footlong for free. This guy loves a great offer, so let's see some hustle.
Here and now is when it matters most. Heavy damage. Not last month or last week. Or 48 laps ago when that bumper fell off. Here is where it must be left on the track. The anger, the hunger, the passion, and the drive to do whatever it takes to make it across that finish line first.
Blow those rear tires off on the side.
Now is when the future is written in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
You've got Verizon Home Internet. Now, we're making it even easier for you to save more with Mobile Plus Home Discount. Fios customers can get 5G Unlimited, starting at $25 per line per month for 4 lines. Start saving now with Mobile Plus Home Discount. So game more, watch more, and save more. Switch now. Add Verizon Wireless and add up your savings. Only on Verizon.
You are in a battle to protect everything. Career, family, kids, freedom. These people around you, this team, they are great at what they do. This team was built to protect these and to help people who've made unfortunate mistakes secure a second chance. That's what this team will do for you.
Laps to go in dual race number 2, and the whole pack is pretty orderly and single file, but for that's Denny Hamlin on the outside trying to make something happen back from 12th place, and a bit of beating and banging that we expected in duel 2. Well, it's been there trying to forge their way to the front. Watch Keselowski, second car on the outside. Get up on Ryan Priest with help from Denny.
Larson's in third, Andy.
And get a little shot there. The entrance to the trioval and then right up to the 41.
But if you look at Ryan Priest, you want to talk about a handful one way, the other. Please get off of me.
And a lot of that's because these cars, like you see there, they're dog tracking. They want the back of the car to go to the inside to try to hide the spoiler. So that car is not tracking straight initially. So when you get pushing it, you're pushing it at an angle.
It promotes it.
Exactly.
Last year we found that too much of that skew would lead to a trip to the wall if you got a hard enough push. Josh, what about Daniel Suarez riding in second?
Yeah, Mike, and speaking of push, the 99 team was urging Daniel Suarez to do everything he could to push Kyle Busch and push that bottom line. Now they're single file. They told him once we get away from those blue ovals, then we can relax and start to log laps and wait until they can try and pounce towards the end of the race.
3 Chevys on front. That's his fiancée, Julie Piquet. They're on the box. 3 Chevys.
Kyle Busch is out here leading, man.
Chevys, a Ford. The first Toyota is Truex at 9th, and the Toyotas have not been able to get together. They remain sprinkled throughout the four of them. This field from ninth on back. Larry Mack.
Hey, Mike, you know, the question is, with that caution right there and with everybody topping off the fuel, what does that do to make it to the end of the race? I've talked to the 10-car, Eric Almirola's team. I've talked to Kyle Busch's 18. Chevy and a Ford there, they're saying they cannot make it, but they will go long, probably north of lap 40.
Be interesting if anybody can. We heard Ty Gibbs saving fuel back there in the back. The 14 took 4 tires, probably really packed that thing full of fuel. Be interesting if some of these guys can push, saving some fuel back there running in the back. Probably 40% fuel.
Now, 3 cars to keep an eye on back there are going to be Reddick, Briscoe, and Haley, who all came in at the end of that first caution period to top off. Might they be able to go the distance?
Listen to him saving fuel right here. Let's ride along. Chase Briscoe. That's maybe part throttle, Tony.
I hope it is. It
Came
definitely
off
is.
at 2. He was definitely cracking the throttle. And you can see the gap. Tyler Reddick the same way.
15 for Reddick. Pride and concern.
Yep.
Is real beauty right now.
Might just be the winning ticket.
Perhaps. All right, 35 laps to go. How about a Fox NASCAR Thursday night crank it up?
Crank it up.
First rule of drafting is 2 cars side by side are slower than cars in line. Look at the gap that is formed there. We're going to take you Fox side by side.
Who said football season's over? This April, real football is back with the USFL. Reborn from the OGs. The hits, the picks, the dimes, drive so long you have to stop for gas. This isn't some Hollywood knockoff. This is Drydens USDA prime time football. Just ask these guys.
You better recognize the real.
Except no substitutes. Pro football returns this April with the USFL on Fox and NBC.
This is the truck that helps keep families safe, and the truck that helps you get far from home. This is the truck of the outdoors, the early adopters, and the rising generation. This is the one more truck owners are switching to. This is what it means to be around.
Now with 2.9% financing for 72 months, get an average $10,207 in finance savings on our most popular models.
Home in a nap. What a pain in the...
Tried T-Mobile, it sets up so fast.
It's like Wi-Fi that runs on 5G. Home internet from T-Mobile? Wait till you see. Tell me more, tell me more.
One cord's all that you need.
Tell me more, tell me more. Don't you worry about speed. It's called the birthplace of speed. Back then it was the hard-packed sand that allowed for records to be today it's the high banks and long straightaways. Not to mention it's the dream of every driver and fan, offering a moment of glory that will extend well beyond 500 miles for years to come. We're still talking about the first one, and guarantee we'll be talking about this one. Here's to the great American race that can only be the Daytona 500.
Alright, we're past halfway in this duel.
Is there anything better than the sound of 3 races breathing life into a new NASCAR season? Get your tickets now at PhoenixRaceway.com.
Longville is the world's most famous beach and the world's center of racing. Single file, a 19-car draft, everyone but Connor Daly and B.J. McLeod, who's gone a lap down. 3 Chevys, then 2 Fords, then a couple of Chevys. And Regan, of those 3 cars that topped off for fuel right at the end of the caution flag, what say you on going the distance?
Well, Mike, I can tell you there's a lot of smoke rolling out of computers on pit road right now trying to figure out if they can or cannot make it. The one team that I did check with that says we can make it and they feel good about it is the 31 of Justin Haley. You see him right back there, well into the back, saving fuel right now. They feel like they're good to go, and they're going to try to, it sounds like.
All right, now what about the cars that did not stop on the final lap of caution to top off? For example, Kyle Larson.
Let's make sure we go hard here. Go hard and keep your pace up. Don't want anybody to be saving fuel behind us. Let's go hard, keep the pace high.
Yeah, smart cat. Knows exactly what they're trying to do, scheming on them. Let's go hard, push them to make it. So far, they're...
Mr. G. Cliff Daniels now. Chase Briscoe is one of those 3 that topped off at the last moment.
Here comes Riley.
Chase Briscoe.
Well, that's not going to save you any fuel.
No, and I'm not really sure why he's trying to get around Pastrana right there, but
I think he's in concern of losing the draft.
Tomorrow night, the trucks have their turn of the 2.5-mile trioval here in Daytona. Opening round of the newly renamed NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. 7:30 Eastern on FS1. Chase Elliott's going to be in that truck race. And Travis Pastrana. .26 to go. Chevys. Kyle Busch, Daniel Suarez, Kyle Larson. Single file. Then 2 Fords, then 2 Chevys. Kind of a Noah's Ark procession. Then a Ford and a Toyota. A couple more Chevys. And then it's all jumbled up from 11th on back.
See Austin Cindric, his eyeballs. Look at his eyeballs in that helmet. Looking up, looking in that mirror. These are things, with no practice or anything else, you're working on. You're practicing on. You're single file, easy peasy, but you're watching these guys. Need those mirrors when the time is right.
Denny Hamlin's been trying to get something going here on the high side.
Denny Hamlin's making some moves.
And Reddick with him.
Gonna make something happen. He's got the right guy behind him. 6 car can push hard.
well, Denny's somebody that he's not going to be content just riding this out, no matter where he finishes. He wants to learn. He is super smart with how to run the Daytona 500 with 3 Daytona 500 victories. So he wants to gain as much knowledge on figuring out what does he have to do to move his way forward.
Spot on, Tony. I remember us up at the top of the line. He hated it. He would be the first car to go down and
Keselowski just gave him the boot right there. And they flushed Tyler Reddick. Lost him from that part of the group. Reddick fell back to 17. Here's the bump. And run. What is it about these automatic cars, Keselowski and Buescher, that they can be such aggressive pushers? We saw it here last year when they won both their duels. We're seeing it again from those two.
Well, it's definitely a feather in their hat when you go to the big race on Sunday, but you have to be careful with it. We saw Brad Keselowski. He was pushing hard, finally pushed one too many times, and wrecked him. Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
All right, let's check in on the open cars once again. Austin Hill in 15th in this Beard Motorsports 62, little small team, one full-time employee. But he has won here in trucks and in the Xfinity Series, and he is right now positioned to race his way in. He's ahead of Travis Pastrana, who would get in on time, and Connor Daly has gone one lap down.
Pretty good hot rod, though. That's an alliance with RCR.
The fuck?
It didn't surprise me to see some speed for Austin Hill.
Noah Gragson timed in that car last year. Brendan Gaughan drove it previously. Here is Gragson. Sitting in 11th place. The only Chevy with two Toyotas in front of him and two Fords right behind.
Still too off you. Still dragging.
That's Truex and Hamlin, those two Toyotas. You wouldn't call them linked together, not with that kind of gap.
Saw Wiggins on the side of Noah Gregson's car. Awesome activation in the infield at Daytona. Tony, I think I saw you over there for lunch, huh?
I did have lunch. You were eyeing it up, though.
Man, it looked good.
Burger Wars in NASCAR. Could be fun. Hey, Corey LaJoie up in 7th. Might be a sleeper pick for the Daytona 500. Runs well here at Daytona and Talladega.
What happened to Fox? What do you mean?
Listen to Corey LaJoie's interview on XM driving down here in the bus. I liked what he had to say. Needs to clean up the mistakes. Some of them were on him. Had some DNS. They can clean those up. Look at this.
What's up with Chase Elliott?
Chase Elliott's in trouble, backing up.
I saw a big wiggle out of that car, and it moved him from the bottom of that middle lane, but it really slowed a lot of cars down, made him scramble.
Quarter off you to 9.
Seems to be okay now.
You know, he said watching qualifying last night, we were really interested in watching the Hendrick Motorsports cars. Had 3 of them that had really good speed. Chase's was the one that was a little bit off, and we wondered, would that be because he was more interested in the handling of the car for the qualifying races? May have missed it just a little bit.
And here's Daniel Suarez putting the pressure to race leader Kyle Busch. 20 to go. Regan.
Like you guys were wondering about the 9 car Chase Elliott in terms of the handling and what that team did, they actually went full out for handling. That's exactly what they wanted in this race car. They said a year ago he did not have the comfort to make the moves in the Daytona 500 he needed to be able to make, and they said coming down here, that was their focus. You saw him check up just a little bit there a few moments ago. Not a word on the radio from Chase Elliott yet.
And that was very,
Kyle Busch in the wall.
What the fuck? No! No, Kyle! Not the weed, man.
Austin Hill is in it, one of those open cars.
Austin Hill's in it.
And he's got to get going. He's got a lap on Connor Daly, but
might be exactly what
he'll have to get going to make
Kyle.
Things got a little too rowdy there.
Well,
on the first 2.
Kind of saw that
Can't
coming.
get this car out of the grass. It's going to be big for Austin Hill. Does he get that car going?
This is terrible.
There's the push. And there's the
What
turn.
the fuck?
Caution is out for the second time in duel number 2.
Go, 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 go.
Here's the thing about wrong turns.
What the heck was that?
They invite serendipity.
Whoa.
The unimaginable. The unexpected.
God fucking damn it.
The unforgettable.
Hang on.
So embrace wrong turns.
Now he's gonna start like Yeah, he's literally going to start like 42nd in the Daytona. It doesn't matter. Like, he's going to get up front. The last time the leader got dumped in the duels, they went on to win the championship. I guess we have that going. Wait, who was that? Oh, yeah, last year.
Now, Skyrizi helps you get going.
That's true.
Skyrizi helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue in just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Bro, Austin Hill, yeah. For fuck's sakes!
Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi to treat your skin and joint symptoms.
Why does Kyle's Delta just have a dash?
Ray Magliozzi here. eBay Motors has the right parts at the right prices. Hey, Dave.
Yep. Wait.
How are those new wipers?
They're small.
For parts that fit your vehicle, look for the green check. Let's ride.
I have dated a lot of guys in the city. It hasn't worked out for me.
She's too pretty to be in a place like this.
Why I'm struggling so much with this.
This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
West Virginia.
Where will your new Chevy take you this year?
Raffy, this is some bullshit.
Anywhere.
Alright, sorry, man. You haven't been in my videos in a long ass time, bro.
Qualified lessees
Well,
with
it's
a
because
current
you
eligible
suck.
Chevy lease can get this Silverado.
I'm just
for
kidding,
around
Raffy. I love you.
Or current Chevy owners get $3,250 total cash allowance.
BK Stackers, bun, burger, cheese, burger, cheese, burger, cheese, burger, cheese, burger, cheese, burger, cheese, bacon, burger, cheese. We can do this all day. And BK, have it your way.
Hey Sharon, do you know Triscuit is crunchy on the outside, yet incredibly wholesome on the inside, just like me.
You forgot salty.
I'm not salty. Triscuit, unapologetically wholesome.
This is just a stupid night.
Hauled back to the garage. That's Riley Herbst's car, which was caught up in this, and Austin Hill has come to pit road. Look at damage to the right front of Hill's car, trying to race his way into the Daytona.
Hill and Pastrana were involved. Oh, Pastrana was involved?
All right, let's see what happened here.
It's a lot of
So
aggression.
Connor Daly
Dennis
might
Suarez
make it.
Pushing on him, moving. You can see the right rear. Those are things that we do with that skew in the rear end. Finally, it was too much. Kyle couldn't hold on.
But
to
no,
it.
Connor Daly
Bam,
will make it
bam,
in.
Bam. One too many.
That happens at 193 miles an hour.
Here you can see the nose popping out and then back in, and when it does, it just flips the 8 car.
Yeah, when he got him sideways once, he got down, corrects, moves up, hooks in the right rear, and turn in.
Here comes Keselowski, right-headed straight
Woo!
for Kyle Busch, and misses him by inches. Not everybody was so lucky.
And that's not because Daniel's trying to move the 8 car. That's literally, this is a game on the restrictor plate track of it.
Yeah, literally, Hill, Herbst, and Pastrana were all involved in
One
that.
inches one direction and one the opposite.
Hill, got it for him.
What are you doing, Daniel?
This will be an important race on pit road.
And boy, were they racing. Brad Keselowski was clear out in the grass, 3 wide.
Now, you saw Suarez miss his pit stall. There's the board out, and he slides right through.
And I guarantee you that hurts you saying, don't slide those tires.
Look at this. This is the 3 wide I was talking about. Drove right around him. Interesting. Did he keep his pit road speed?
Probably not.
Now, Austin Hill trying to race his way in. He's told the team the right front suspension is badly hurt as that car is parked on pit road. Not sure if they can get him fixed. Well, he's rolling.
Yeah,
second caution flag of Duel 2 as Daniel Suarez got into the back of Kyle Busch.
congratulations, Chris.
All good. Thanks, Mara. There you go. One new inhaler.
Nice. Did you get my refill too?
Maybe.
Here you go, sir.
You're a lifesaver.
So nice day.
Healthier is managing all your family's prescriptions in one app. CVS Pharmacy. Healthier happens together.
I am tradition, passed down from the families that race to the ones that watch us every weekend.
It's all I've ever known. Racing.
I was fortunate to be a baby lane 20 years ago, and I'm here again.
I am meant to be passed down one generation.
Connor Daly qualifying would be hilarious. Nah, Kyle's not doing payback at a super speedway.
You've got Verizon Home Internet. Now, we're making it even easier for you to save more with Mobile Plus Home Discount. Fios customers can get 5G Unlimited, starting at $25 per line per month for 4 lines. Start saving now with Mobile Plus Home Discount. So game more, watch more, and save more. Switch now. Add Verizon Wireless and add up your savings. Only on Verizon.
For children facing mental health issues, sometimes the most powerful thing you can hear is simply, "You're not alone." And with your support, they won't be. Elm Crest Children's Center is ready to open our mental health respite program to treat children in crisis and bring support to their families. But we need your help to complete this critical project, because just like children struggling with mental health, we can't do it alone. Donate today by visiting elmcrest.org/notalone.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
After the duels at Daytona, we've got Pac-12 hoops after dark in Los Angeles. Drew Peterson, Boogie Ellis, and the USC Trojans squarely on the NCAA tournament bubble. They take on Cal next on FS1.
Still cleaning up from this caution with 16 laps to go. So while they work on the track, here's a preview of NASCAR's 75th anniversary celebration.
Today in this room, we created NASCAR. Imagine where we will be in 75 years.
This season, we celebrate the diamond anniversary of NASCAR through the eyes of legends.
I was literally able to learn from the best. It was among the greatest finishes of NASCAR's 75 years.
It's been a lifelong dream to see it back on the Cup schedule.
You're finally gonna get it, buddy. It's the greatest sport in the world right here, buddy. Greatest sport in the world.
Working caution, 1 lap to go. We'll go back to green. And Austin Hill in the Beard Motorsports number 62 is being pushed to the garage. He got turned by Travis Pastrana. Pastrana's car is out of the race. Pastrana will make it in on time. And as Hill retires, Connor Daly, who could not make a qualifying lap last night, who had trouble getting up to speed when they rolled off for this race tonight.
He called it a once-in-a-million chance.
He's going to be in the Daytona 500. Not everybody is so happy.
Hill to the garage. Daly will race in the 500.
28 laps there, was leading when the contact happened. Kyle, what'd you feel from behind there?
Just a lot of pushing and shoving. A few laps straight there. Just doing everything you can to try to hang on and do the best you can to make sure that you keep it straight. And just finally overloaded the left rear and hooked it to the right. So hate it for all my guys. And, you know, building the fast Chevy Camaro was really fun to drive. Drove great the whole time. I mean, everything was super easy, super simple, but yeah, long ways to go and just don't understand, but is what it is. So thanks to 3G and you know, BetMGM, Lenovo, again Chevy. We'll guys have a lot of work to do, unfortunately. Hate it for them, and we'll be back. So.
Kyle Busch and his new team showed a lot of speed tonight. See what they can do on Sunday night.
He ain't happy. He is.
He keyed the radio and told his crew that was a Daytona 500 winning car.
That sucks.
Frustration. And that's enough to make it sick. You know, he was on his feet in it. Drove right to the front, put it in position. We'll see if they can pull a backup car out and make it do it.
It'll be 14 laps to go. Kyle Larson on
all right,
the inside. Eric
green
Almirola
flag.
on the inside. Keselowski and Cindric, 2 Fords. Gilliland up for 5th. Truex 6th. LaJoy, Gregson, Hamlin, and Reddick the top 10.
Austin Cindric did an amazing job of really hooking up to Kyle Larson here, but they got separated.
We'll see more big time push in that 6 car. There it is. Wiggle. Almirola. Truex getting in the game. Oh, look out.
Oh boy.
Keselowski.
That could have been big. That was a big save. Almirola was way out of shape. Kept it underneath of him. Saved the day for 2 or 3 of those boys.
Regan, how about the leaders?
Mike, both the leader of number 5, Kyle Larson, and Eric Almirola under that caution had lengthy conversations with their teams about which cars could give them the push, which cars they like taking a push from. The one thing they determined is that they like having, in Kyle Larson's case, the 10 of Eric Almirola behind him. He said that car pushes way better and is a way smoother push, but both of these guys complaining about all the rest of the cars.
He just can't keep him behind him. That's the problem.
Keselowski gives Larson a boot into turn 3. He's out in front by himself. With the 2 Fords side by side, 2nd and 3rd.
Knowing that, Tony, will he move up? Do you think he's going to ride this bottom out? Will he move up and get in front of the car that he wants?
I think you said it earlier. I think that's the spot you probably feel most comfortable in right now.
Clint, I don't think, since Larson has nothing to gain here, why would he move up and risk a collision? Right where he is, I mean, that's the spot to be in. Protect your front row starting spot for Sunday.
It's the safest place, in my opinion, for sure. But that 6 car, you already saw him get the
shit.
Now he's doing the same thing with a 5.
I would be nervous seeing that 6 car in my mirror right now.
That would be the only thing that would move.
It would suck if Larson wrecked.
You knew that aggression on that bottom getting stacked up, and just watch, that's where the wreck came from.
Brad turned loose of him there, and that gave that outside line a lot of momentum there.
Now Almirola comes down to cover the spot. 11 laps to go.
I'm surprised how hard these guys were able to push on one another. You can ride along with Denny. Listen to how far
Brad may
he's
wreck.
coming out of the
He
gas.
probably will.
Running over Gregson in front of him.
You saw Denny pushing there, but he just never locks up. He just gives that nudge to give that car momentum ahead of him.
You know, we heard the approach from Chase Elliott. And we're going to try to go after some handling and his teammates sitting on the front row with all that speed. It'll be interesting to get it. I would love to be a fly on the wall at the meeting and see, does this plan work out? Do we need to try to implement some more speed in there? Is that an option? There's a lot of things these guys are weighing out.
Or is he happy with the handling and he doesn't have the speed, or is the handling just off enough that keeps him from being aggressive and try to make moves?
Like I said,
We don't have the patience to be able to fly with all that long.
Well, Kyle Larson has shown he's got both. He's got speed, he's got handling. He has been a top 3 car most of this race.
but again, the flip side of that 48 couldn't have got out of there fast enough. I think he knew where they were at handling wise.
Even second on the way back. Still got the 42, 11, 45 in line with us.
8.5 laps to go. This is like a vice that keeps tightening.
I agree. I feel like if I had a heart rate monitor, mine's going up every lap that we're getting closer to the end of this, because you just see that the intensity just keeps building lap after lap.
Ooh, Todd Gilliland a little out of shape there with Corey LaJoy. And now things settle down just enough that we can go to Jamie.
Well, the bad news is Travis Pastrana crashed out of this one, but the good news is you're still in the big show on Sunday, Travis. What do you take away from your experience here tonight?
You know,
learned a lot about where the car works. I think we'll still be able to run that same car. I just didn't get it slowed down quite in time to avoid the chaos in front of me. But we were just kind of running in the back, just watching everything that was happening. Seeing which lanes worked, how they worked, where my car worked best, and it was a lot of fun. It was super intense first couple laps.
Fuck Syndic.
You don't realize what you can't see on television. You always seem like you can see everything, but you're following the car in front of you, and you're kind of trying to pay attention to what's around you for where the corners are coming, and you follow those big Sunoco signs and just got to turn left when you see them. So, no, it was a great time. I just a little bit of damage, but unfortunately, hopefully won't be in the care center anymore this week. And even on the truck, we had a flat going around, so already had some drifts. Hopefully, bad luck's out of the way, and we have some fun the rest of the week.
I don't think I've ever seen a Sunoco sign on a racetrack.
I'm like, there's a Sunoco sign right here.
Love it.
But it's so impressive to watch how he processes information. I mean, this is a guy, I watched him drive a Top Hill dragster at the end of the season last year. Had never even been to a drag race, let alone sat in a car. And he learned and picked it up really quick. He just has the ability to, whatever he does, as much as he just seems like he's hyper and so high energy all the time, he's super good at processing information of what he sees, what he learns, and I guarantee what he learned today will help him on Sunday.
Eric Almirola, one car length out in front of this field. A driver who came within a
Shit is gonna hit the fan. If Syndic wins, I'm ranting on TikTok. If Syndic wins, it's just gonna be a sad case. If he wins the Daytona 500 again, I'm gonna shoot myself.
But he is very good. I think he's very good at analyzing where to be, when to move. He just has the patience to be good here.
Well, you said when to move. It's time. 6 to go. You see action picking up on this racetrack. Both lines are getting way more aggressive. It's go time, baby.
Really thought I'd see Austin Cindric peel down to the bottom there. Just waited too long.
Well, up top, Cindric and Todd Gilliland, both veteran rookies last year.
I think he likes that push. Todd Gilliland is really on his back bumper well. Smooth pushes, you see that outside line. I think Austin Cindric's in a good spot.
Number 38 coming to you, still inside.
12-car lead draft, 2x2, 6 rows deep. Big 5 to go.
4x4 on each other's bumper.
Is this what we're going to see on Sunday?
Yes, too. And it's always, I mean, this place is magical because of these moments. It breeds these moments at the end of these races. It doesn't matter how long they ride around, eventually they're going to find one another, and that's when that pay window opens up.
Cindric and Gilliland, the two youngsters up top. 1-2. Almirola working his way back.
Cindric's going to have a decision on his hands. He stayed up.
He's made it, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's going to have to get down there, make that block. But I don't think it's time yet.
All right, 4 to go.
I think he's real comfortable with Todd behind him. And I've been watching him when we get the head-on down the backstretch. He pushes really straight. He's very square and centered behind the car.
Now, how far out of him can you get? I didn't like that. That started to make me nervous. Move down. Got them both down there. Got that dancing partner down with him. There was that opportunity.
Chevy's on the outside. Corey LaJoie, Chase Elliott, Daniel Suarez. Ford's on the bottom.
I think that's what dictated his move. He got out far enough with that big push of Todd Gilliland, and that enabled both of them to get down. Lining up those Fords, but look out. Pitch block.
Woo.
That was quick.
Woo. Woo. Woo.
Corey.
Here comes Todd Gilliland. Is Todd Gilliland going to win the duel?
For 3 wide. That's not going to work. Not this time.
Failed on his dancing partner. Made that block on the outside. Got himself in trouble.
All right, coming to 2 to go.
Can he get back there and get another shot? 2 cars fast.
Todd Gilliland. His granddad was a champion in Winston West. His dad had been a pole sitter in the Daytona 500. Second-year driver with a shot to win his qualifying race for the Buckman Run.
All right, coming to the white flag.
Corey LaJoie with a big push to Austin Center on the outside.
I think Amarolla's chance. He's looking in the mirror, listening for the move up. There it is.
Here we go. Come to the white flag. One more time around.
He made the move, but the momentum wasn't quite there yet.
There wasn't
I think
the
that's
energy
right.
follow.
With the energy.
Oh shit.
Straight slow up like that.
Two forwards on the outside.
Oh no shit. He saved that. Wow, he saved that.
Everybody gets squared away.
This isn't over yet.
No. Almirola way out in front of Cindric, who's going to have a chance here. He was back up. Does he take on?
Yes, I think he is right now.
I think he just stays in the gas. You don't really have a choice. You can't take a chance on trying to back up to him.
So Almirola wins the second duel, and I was right about my prediction. I said it before the race that Almirola was going to win, and he did. So fuck you.
Wow, incredible save for Gilliland, who ends up 7th, while Almirola gets his second career duel win.
How about Connor Daly? Literally said last night it's a 1 in a million chance. And I agree with him. Unbelievable. Gotcha, boys.
The Floyd Mayweather Money Team has done it. They're in the Daytona 500.
Good saying of a chip in a chair.
And a heartbreak for Austin Dillon. Doing everything he had to do to make this thing to the 500. It wasn't his time.
Eric Almirola had ordered the rocking chair. He was going to retire from Cup.
Almirola wins duel 2. Connor Daly's in the 500. Logano and Almirola are the 2023 points leaders.
Dual win.
Yep.
For Stewart Haas Racing.
He's been so close to winning this big race. Might just be his year.
Kyle Busch got
And
dumped,
it all happened because of this. Watch that 38.
but not really intentionally.
Watch the push from
I don't think it
the
was
6
on
into the 5.
purpose.
Here comes that energy.
It seemed like it was just kind of a
Huge push,
racing
gets
deal.
sideways once, and he rode this thing all the way off into the corner. Finally gets into him one more time, and man, broke him loose.
He got a little bit of a wiggle that took him down to the yellow lines, and when it came back up, that gave Kyle Larson just enough of a bump to, and not intentionally, but just enough here. You watch it, turns him to the left there a little bit, and when it comes up, he has no choice but to. That's a heck of a save, though.
I mean, I can promise you, just like I said, Kyle Larson couldn't believe he saved it. He thought he was going to end up right in his lap.
You go from the 33-degree banking down to the flat.
We saw that Kyle Busch a few years ago. Same sparks flying and everything else, but hats off to that kid. That's a heck of a save.
Ford has won the last 4 dual races and 9 of the last 12. They get a 1-2 finish from Almirola and Cindric. With Chase Elliott 3rd, Brad Keselowski 4th, and Corey LaJoy 5th.
Connor Daly's mom, loving it.
A wing and a prayer.
Worked.
And they're in the 500.
They did it. I mean, we didn't really believe that they would, but they did. I said that too. I was like, if the other 3 guys wreck, and the other 3 guys wrecked.
He has his second career dual win in his 14th try, and he has won this race now in 2 of the last 3 years. Mark that one down as a big threat for Sunday.
I agree. Great drafter. Puts himself in good places.
Here comes Eric Almirola.
That's what it takes.
After winning the duel.
I saw him earlier. I walked over to his bus, asked him a few questions. He had a chiropractor over there. Says had a crook in his neck. Bet the old neck feels fine now.
I think he's going to be happy about this. I mean, he just had a very comfortable car, and you could see it in his driving style.
Regan?
Well, Eric Almirola, you give thumbs up to the fans. You won this race 2 years ago. You just did it again tonight. Had your hands full, though. It looked like a lot of work for you in that race car.
Yeah, I did have my hands full. Drew said this midfield Ford Mustang was going to be fast, but he said I'd probably have my hands full. We kind of went for it in qualifying, put all the speed in the car and kind of sacrificed some handling. And as you could see tonight, it was a handful, but Man, this is so cool. Daytona is such a special place to me. I grew up sitting in those grandstands, dreaming about racing here. So I want that one on Sunday, though. My boss up in the booth during that first duel, he said, "I've won this race 3 times, but yet to do it on Sunday." So I know Sunday's the big one. We're gonna keep focused on that when the job's not finished. But just really proud, so thankful. I'm not even supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be retired. So this is awesome. Thank you, Shane, and everybody back at Smithfield headquarters. Ford, Doug Yates. Doug came and told me in the window before the race started I'd meet you in Victory Lane. So I got a date with him. I'll see him in a minute. And Alex he flew down here with the pit crew this morning from school. So he was up on the spotter stand with Joel helping him spot. So I'm waiting for him. He should be coming down any minute. I told him we'd go to Victory Lane. So Alex, where you at, buddy? We're waiting on you.
Eric Almirola wins duel number 2.
Josh?
Wait, last night, Connor Daly, you said it was a 1 in a million shot that you would make the Daytona 500. You're in. I saw you sit there, look out. What were you thinking at that moment when you got out of the car just now?
Well, we were inherently unlucky for the last 36 hours, but we got lucky.
That was a good night, but also sucks that Kyle Busch got wrecked. But yeah. Tomorrow I'll be live at the races at 7:30, I believe. I'm pretty confident the truck race.
Get some experience, but it is pretty crazy. I mean, this race, I've watched it for so many years, and so much crazy stuff can happen, and thankfully we were on the right side of the craziness. It's pretty amazing.
Congratulations, Connor.
Tony Uri Jr., the crew chief. Yep, they got it to work. And
yeah, the race is tomorrow at 7:30, the truck race. So I'll be live at 7:15. And yeah, so fucking yeah. All right. Bye and goodbye and have a good one and yeah. Won't be here for trucks. Well, you should be. You should. All right.